Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? This is your boy Food Junkie, just coming at you with a little video. You saw the title. Get up in here. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna give my point of view. We're gonna talk about it from what I've witnessed, what I've been witnessing, and my experience of said quote unquote behavior, history, and the beef sector. You know how I do it, you guys. I try to come at it in a non-biased way. I try to talk about things and people in a way that is not trying to read roast and gag people. It's not, but be honest with you and tell the truth based on what I've seen and what's going on. And what y'all know has been going on for the past couple of days, since the middle of the week, I should say, last week, is this whole conversation on predatory behavior. What is it? Who's doing it? Who's allowed to do it? Who can do it without any type of ramifications? Things of that nature. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and pertaining to here in the beefing sector. Because I guess that's the sector that I'm a part of, the beefing sector. So therefore, we're going to talk about it based on what I have experienced and witnessed and have been observing of it in the beefing sector. A couple of days ago, I posted a definition, a legal definition of what predatory behavior is. Not what I want it to be, not what I hope it would be, not something that would be sensationalized, just a basic legal definition of predatory behavior that is defined by the law. Not by these pseudo lawyers here in the beefing sector on these YouTube streets. Not what you think it is, not what you hope it would be, not what you're going to spin it to be in order for you to put someone else in that category or put that jacket on someone, but what it actually is. And a lot of people don't understand that, like I've always said, and y'all who's been here for a minute will contest to this or will attest to this. A lot of y'all use words and terms that you have no earthly idea what the definition of the word is. What the meaning of the word is, y'all taking all these real legal words that have serious consequences to them, legal terms and things that have serious consequences with them, and make it into fodder. Make it into the Urban Dictionary version of what people say the word is. But since a lot of you don't understand what predatory behavior is, let me read the definition of predatory behavior, which I posted. Predatory behavior refers to actions and conduct characterized by exploitation, manipulation, or harm of others for personal gain, satisfaction, or gratification. So, women, how you doing, baby? What's up, Verbal Sauce? How you doing, baby? Once again, let me read that again. Predatory behavior refers to actions and conduct characterized by the exploitation, manipulation, or harm of others' personal for others' personal gain. It wasn't 6 word, baby. Satisfaction or gratification. This behavior often involves deceit, aggression, or manipulation to take advantage of vulnerable individuals or situations. This behavior often involves deceit, aggression, or manipulation to take advantage of vulnerable individuals or situations. In the context of identifying sexual predators, predatory behavior specifically pertains to actions aimed at grooming, coercing, or engaging in sexual exploitation of others, typically those who are less able to protect themselves, such as children or individuals in vulnerable circumstances. Recognizing and addressing predatory behavior. I was like, damn, hold on, let me go back. Yeah, come on now. Recognizing Recognizing and addressing predatory behavior is essential for protecting potential victims and maintaining safety in various settings. That's the definition of predatory behavior. Refers to actions and conduct characterized by the exploitation, manipulation, and or harm of others for personal gain and or satisfaction. That's what predatory behavior is. Now, how we got into this conversation this time in this sector of predatory behavior is because something happened. Something was witnessed. James is over there at Nexus channel. Rob Rock was up on the panel. And from my understanding, because I didn't watch it, I don't watch everybody, don't care, saying, based on commentary that's going on in the YouTube streets. Ness got down as Ness and came back up as Craig. Came back up as Craig and started shooting her shot, because she's a woman. I don't give her no other pronouns than what she actually identifies as, and she's not trans, so she's not Craig. That's a character she plays. But as Craig, she started shooting her shot at Rob Rax. I don't know Rob Rax, don't want to talk to Rob Rax, don't care about Rob Rax, anything of that nature. I don't care. I'm talking about the situation at hand. You can put any quote unquote self-proclaimed heterosexual man in Rob Rax's situation, and my commentary will still be the same. What's up, Ashton? How you doing, baby? So, shooting her shot at Rob Rax. From my understanding, based on all the commentary, was not, he was confused, dumbfounded, didn't know what was going on for the most part, or didn't know or didn't acknowledge what was going on. After so many minutes she's up there shooting her shot at him, she gets down as Craig and comes back up as Ness. And then went on to proceed to ask him, why didn't he go off? Why didn't he address that man? Don't know what his answer was. Don't really care what his answer was. But her and several other people, from my understanding, started basically taunting and poking and trying to provoke a reaction from him. And in his reaction to just being a person victim of a predatory act against him, he stated, I don't mess with those people, I guess. I don't talk to those people. Which triggered a response and a reaction from Jay Wilson. So, love shop, baby. How you doing, baby? And in triggering that response from Jay Wilson, I guess Jay Wilson started to drag him, talk mess about him. I'm saying this is not about him, because put any self-proclaimed heterosexual man in the position, I will talk and have the same commentary. Just like when a gay person called a self-proclaimed heterosexual person gay, I said something, spoke up about that, and said a gay person commenced to try to beef and battle with me. I ain't arguing with you. I said what the fuck I said. If he said he's heterosexual, he's heterosexual, regardless of what you think and what your experience is with people who act like and or look like him. If you don't catch a dick in his mouth or a dick in his ass or him on his knees or somebody in front of, or a man in front of their knees in front of him, this man, if he says he's heterosexual, is heterosexual, unless there's cemented proof otherwise. But no one said, Food Junkie, you're right. He said this. I may think differently, but he's proclaimed to be XYZ. I went back and forth once or twice and kept it moving because it really isn't no big deal of mine. I'm not fucking nobody. I'm not busting a nut off of nobody on here, online. So it doesn't matter to me. I just think it's dangerous conversation that people make all these assumptions and talk about it. But back to the situation at hand today. Um, so Jay Wilson commits to making a video talking and doing what he does, trying to drag, roast and gag a Rob Rex because he don't like Rob Rex because, saying for whatever reason, don't care, I don't care about that. So when James actually heard Jay Wilson's commentary, although James was at the situation when it happened, when he heard Jay Wilson's commentary, from my understanding, I don't know for sure, but this is what they both said. James first text Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson, that's not what happened. These people, those people, XYZ. I know that may be offensive to you. I don't know how those people could be offensive because if people call them fags and sissies and punks, I don't talk to those fags. I don't talk to them sissies. I don't talk to them faggots. I don't talk to those gay punks, like whatever. That's more offensive, but I don't talk to those people. I don't be around those people, which is fine. It's not like you are somebody that. Anyways, yeah, that's fine. That's the correct language. Those people. We'll get to what he said those people meant in a minute. But those people. But in reference to asking him why didn't you respond to the guy on a panel that was quote unquote hitting on you, making passes at you, propositioning you, I don't entertain those people, which for me is a very legitimate response to the question. I don't fuck with them. I don't mess with them. I don't talk to them. Period. If you say those people is not, that's fine. If we said I don't talk to people like that, that's not what I mean. I told y'all what it was, XYZ. I don't fuck with people like that. That's fine. There's no conversation needs to be had because it was a desperate attempt for content. Exactly. Text and warn them. What's up, Jan DeVere? How you doing, baby? And so with that, when James talking to Jay Wilson about what's going on, Jay Wilson made a response video, I think, and then there was a video that James made talking about what's going on. This and the third, because of this, because of that. Rob Rex came up there. Of course, it was attention seeking. Of course, he saw that James had a bunch of numbers in his chat. There was a little bit of mess going on. People was upset because James used the word predatory behavior, telling that what Ness did was predatory, which it was. It was definitely predatory behavior. It was definitely something to cause a negative reaction to a group of people while entertaining a subset of people. When you are playing, joking, as if you are a male and you are coming on to an attractive, was not attractive, sorry, self-proclaimed heterosexual man, that's very dangerous. There was an incident not too long ago where the Kappas, the fraternity group, the Kappas, was in some city or some outing they were at, and a gay guy went up to one of them and touched his ass and got his ass handed to him, and then tried to scream this was what's the crime? A hate crime. Because this man beat me up because I was gay. No, this man beat your ass because you touched his ass. And he didn't give you permission to do so. I don't see a difference in when someone says I'm heterosexual and someone tries to come onto them of the same sex. Exactly, Deanna. Out of line. Definitely out of line. And all the people who saying, well, it was a joke, it was a prank. It was a joke, it's a prank. Everyone knows that Ness is Craig. No, everyone doesn't know that. We have a whole slew of new people. We have a whole slew of people who don't know Ness is Craig. What year did Ness play Craig on here? What year did Ness come on here as Craig? Because I don't know. I never watched her. I don't watch. Listen, I don't watch. I never watched everybody. I hear what's going on. I'm not. If it's not interesting to me, I'm not going to go look. But Ness hasn't been Craig on here 2018. Thank you, Deanna, baby. Exactly. So that was what, 6 years ago? 5, 6 years ago that Ness played Craig? So in 5 to 6 years, you think that since she played Craig, since she came on here as Craig, you think the Mo3 sector, the Umar boys, the quote unquote black sector, they knew or have an obligation to go back 5, 6 years to see what characters each of us played back then? Do you remember that skit that me, you, Shan, and someone else did about the IHOP situation? We played characters, right? I was you and I were married on here. We were a hillbilly couple, and we played the characters as eyewitnesses to what happened. Do I expect anyone who is new on here to reference that? And if I pull out that character again right now, to understand who that character is? It was fun. We had fun. And understand the references of that said character. If I pull out the little straw hat, the messed up teeth, and overalls, and give us the country accent, you know how we did it. People would catch that reference today. People would be fucking confused. It may be funny. It may be entertaining. The people who were here, who understands what's going on, like Ashley says, they remember. But these new people wouldn't have a clue to the reference that I was making. And it's not their obligation to understand the reference in which I was making. It would be up to me to give you a point of reference. It would be up to me to point you to the right direction, to make sure that you get the joke that I'm playing. But if I'm playing a joke on you, you are the victim of said joke. And if I come on that character with that character and proposition you in a way, you definitely will be the victim of predatory behavior. But back to what I was saying. So then, just like you, when you got off of James panel, when Bree made the fat joke against Olivia, I got off the live, stopped watching it when Rob Rex is up there talking about he's a sex symbol. Yeah. Well, we actually can see you. No. So are you experienced with what you experienced, but you're not gonna play on my face. I know how to walk away and turn away, even if someone that I like and I watch. Even if it's one of the few people on here that I watch, if something on here that I don't like, that makes me feel like, make me want to throw up in my mouth, I can walk away and really not talk about it because it's not, that's to me, wasn't the meat and potatoes of the situation. It wasn't the meat and potatoes of the situation. Because personally, I don't care. The behavior was predatory. It was done with deceit. And he can lie now and be like, oh, I knew what was going on. No, the fuck you didn't. You were clueless. Just like when you were clueless on James's panel, when people was trying to explain to you who Craig was. You had no idea initially that Craig was a character that Ness came up with to catfish gay men initially. Then she put out the character to catfish you initially or entrap you initially. He had no clue. So whatever he says down, where whoever panel he chooses to go up on, right, he didn't know anything. He didn't know. He didn't want to say the wrong thing because he know in this sector it's majority women and the men that on here are gay or act like they fucking gay. Let's keep the shit real. Even if you say that you're straight, I don't know no straight man married with kids who act like the quote unquote straight men over here who say they got married, they're married with kids. Whoever gets offended gets offended. If a rock hits you, oh well, put some peroxide on your fucking head and get the fuck over it. I don't know any quote unquote straight men married with children. And some on Al Bundy up in this bitch who acts the way the heterosexual, quote unquote, heterosexual men on here acts who say they're married with children. Now, I'm not calling you gay. I'm saying you acting a little funny to me because I don't know no man who acts that way, who's married with children, who's happy. Because even me as a gay man married to a man don't act the way a lot of you heterosexual men act on here. How bitch made a lot of you heterosexual men are on here. And y'all know I'm the first one to protect anyone who's being defended. But a lot of you straight heterosexual men over here, or quote unquote heterosexual straight men over here, who's married with children, are bitch made. You're too worried about somebody else's business, opposed to worry about your own households. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The couple of heterosexual men we have over here are very bitch made to me. Myself nor my husband acts that way, nor the gay men that we actually have in our lives. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me, change your fucking behavior. Ashton, it wasn't a play. He was being played. He was being made to look like a fool, like an idiot, and to have him be provoked to go off, like James said, on the gay male population over here. Because believe it or not, a lot of people don't like gay black men. Keep the shit 100. It's okay. That's why you don't see me smiling in everyone's faces. That's why you don't see me smiling on everyone's panels. That's why you don't see me dropping down in everyone's panel. Because I know you don't like black gay men. But you're going along just to get along. It's okay. Just like y'all like to say that gay black men don't like black women. No. I don't know about every other black gay man. on this in this area was not. But I got sisters, nieces, aunties, mothers, grandmothers, female friends that I love and adore. But I'm not going to put up with this shit because they're a woman. I'm not going to let them get away with anything because they're a black woman. I don't know your experience as a black woman here in America, and you definitely don't understand my experience as a black man in America who happens to be gay. I can empathize with you. I can see what I see. I can know what I know, but I could truly not understand every aspect of your experience. Just like you would never understand any or every aspect of the black male gay experience. I'm black first. I'm a man. And I'm gay. I'm 6'3", over 200 pounds. Not much, but he's still sexy as fuck. But I know walking around in this frame, I'm a threat. Just for merely being me. And add to it the fact that I'm smart. I'm what people will call somewhat attractive. I think, I critically speak, I critically think. I can maneuver. I have morals. I have standards for myself and of others. Not only do the others don't like it, my own people don't like it. Because I'm not that stereotypical guy out there on the street, slanging and banging. Nor am I that stereotypical gay person, twirling flags and wearing heels and purses and using girl every time I open up my mouth and having a purse fall out. So, back to this predatory behavior, history, and the beefing sector. I made my videos. I started being a content creator because there are things and conversations that were being had in this sector that I didn't like the way the conversation was going. It wasn't what I wanted to hear. Yes, I'm definitely an individual. I would never, only category that I will be solidified in is being a man and being black. Everything else is up in the air. Everything else is up in the air. You don't know I'm gay when I walk into a room. You know I'm well dressed. You know I'm put together. You know I'm pulled up on you. But until I tell you that I'm gay, you have no idea. And even then, doesn't mean I don't find women attractive. And I wouldn't sleep with a woman if I wasn't married to a man. The category that I choose to to be in is gay because that's what people know. That's what they understand. That's what they can comprehend. That's what they can wrap their mind around. But in essence, I'm me. Every aspect of who I am is me. No apologies, no permission, and without explanation. So to make it simple and easy for you, I'm gay. Because that's the only thing your mind can be wrapped around. Oh, he's with a man, so he must be gay. But yet, women can be with everybody they want to be. Men, women, dogs, cats, whatever. Animals. And since everyone's so damn sex deprived in this area, it's all okay. It's all good. I'm just saying. Anyways, back to this predatory behavior. So everyone's in an uproar. How can you do this and how can you do that? And only thing I can't say, but this is James's prerogative. He do what he wants to do. He's in Pittsburgh. He do what he wants to do. This is Pittsburgh privilege. Talking about Rob Rex don't necessarily mean that Rob Rex needs to be on my panel. That's just me. I don't talk to you. I don't know nothing about you, but what I hear from people who's giving commentary over in the beef sector. But you beef sector people, You beef sector people don't realize that y'all are the problem. As Anna always said, everyone pretty much over here needs a motherfucking check. A crazy check. Because if we didn't know, if y'all didn't bring Rob Rax over here, we wouldn't know who the fuck he was. If Tracy didn't bring him over here, we wouldn't have known who the fuck he was. And if y'all didn't go over to his channel and communicate with him, big him up, give him the numbers, there would be no reason for him to come over here. Period. And not saying he shouldn't be over here. You go where you want to go. I won't be listening to you. I won't be talking to you. I won't be engaging with you. And if I choose to talk about you or not, that's my choice. I can talk about you without talking to you based on what I've experienced or based on what other people have experienced of you and their feedback on you. And if you happen to be somewhere where I watch and they allow you on a panel or in our chat, then I get a pretty good feedback on who you are from that point on right there. But we wouldn't know these people, the Rob Rax, the ZX, we'll go to him in a second, if y'all, black women, wasn't over there smiling, grinning, cheesing up in their faces. If you black women who are so offended now by what their behavior wasn't their moderators at one point in time, wasn't on their panels at one point in time, wasn't giving them money, you black women, at one point in time. If they're so disrespectful, because since onset, correct me if I'm wrong, since onset, haven't there been stories about Rob Rax, how he treat women, what he's trying to do to use women, to disgrace women, to make women look bad and feel bad on here? And the same thing being said and told stories that was being told about the ZX. What's up, Dorian? Wasn't those the same exact stories being told? How disrespectful they are, how nasty they speak to black women. But yet, the black women over here who are so treat black women fairly, treat us with respect, we demand respect. No, the fuck you don't. Not all of you. Because y'all were over there with those people. And I'm using those people. See how that worked? Y'all was over there, engaged with those people. Because y'all thought the beef sector was getting boring. We needed an infusion of new blood until they turned on you. What's up, Treasure, baby? How you doing? Oh, Treasure, stay around, baby, if you don't mind saying it. But just actually, Treasure, if you don't mind, I would love to have a conversation with you, but not right now. So if you don't mind coming up here, I would love to have a conversation with you. But it's up to you. But we wouldn't know these people if you weren't over there and bringing the information over back to us. People like me who don't go over there, who won't go over there. So we have this predatory behavior conducted by a member of the beefing sector against someone outside the sector. Someone in the beef sector said something. Okay, thank you, James. Someone in the beef sector said something. And amongst them saying something, we have another person in the beef sector who's also a heavy predator. Not of everyone. Men, women, ex-lovers, and everything else in between. Comes up. Because during the process, James and Brian got into it. Brian lied and said he didn't go run to ZX, And so James sees ZX in the chat. And ZX, so James invited ZX up there. ZX, if you don't mind, come up here, please, and let me ask you a question. Very similar to what I just did to James just now. The next comes up there, and what no one's talking about, what no one did. Hey, Miss Quinny, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Mwah. Zex came up there initially. See, no one's talking about this right here. No one's gonna give you the brief. I mean, the whole situation, the whole story. They don't just give you what they need to talk about to make their side look good or have their story seem a little credible. ZX came up there initially trying to do the ZX thing. Long with the answers, do the thing, da 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 da. What did James do? What did James do? Oh, Regina, girl. That's why the title is called what it's called: History, Predatory Behavior, and the Beefing Sector. This is the first time predatory behavior has been existed in this area. It's not. But it's something new. And when I say new, I mean relatively new. A couple of months before it happened previously. You know what I'm saying? You know how this beef sector is. Things have always been recycled. James told ZX, I didn't bring you here for that. I brought you here to ask you this question. And the question is, did Brian run to you to have you try to come fight me? Now, that was the first time ZX was up on James' panel. ZX abruptly quit what he was doing, answered the question, thanked James, and whatever. Now, like I said, I got off that. I stopped watching that because Rob Rack went into his whole Rob Rack thing on the sex symbol thing was that, and I want to hear that from him. Especially when you look the way you look. Nothing against you, but I'm just saying, you're not gonna play in my face. And when you start, I'm gonna excuse myself from a conversation or from a situation. I guess, because like I said, I don't know what happened. You know, either after I got off the conversation, a couple people was up there, got into a situation. J Dunn comes up there, doing her J Dunn thing. Doing her J Dunn thing. But when I was, and I'm assuming because that's what she always does. Doing J Dunn thing. Well, I'm just here, and when I was, it's my turn, and I just want to say, and I want to do this, and I want to do what and I want to be, I want the attention. But James, doing her J Dunn thing. James was like, okay, you already had the other day when we had to tell me was that way you kind of threw us off track, but whatever. Stop. Wait until I get you. So when I stop talking, stop interrupting. You see what I'm saying? But he said, he called me, he did me. Well, he would have done it to you if he was in your ass, took your ass over there. And want to be seen. Jumping on panels. So they argue. He said what he said. He did what he did. It is what the fuck it is. He called her what he called her. They're fighting. Y'all know Deanna's my boo. Y'all know what? I'll let me see Deanna Irvin. Majority of people on here who truly like a good cuss out love them some Deanna Irvin. Deanna has called Jay Wilson every faggot, every punk, every sissy, every ball on the barrel ass bitch. I've called gay men on here every punk, every faggot, every sissy, every ball on the barrel ass bitch they are. James has called people punks and things of that nature. We all have said something to someone on here that could have offended at least one person on here. Depending on who we're talking to, that is when it was exactly. And I know this. And I know this. But the caveat of that is, Deanna, the caveat is, like you said, if they continue to fuck with you, if they initially fucked with you, myself, James, and a handful of other people are some of the few people in this sector who do not insert ourselves into situations that does not pertain to us. James called it cleanups. When you hear something wrong, when someone says something about him that is not correct, what did he do? Take out his broom. I start smelling pine saw and hearing Sade. Because guess what he's doing? He's cleaning them up. When you drag a bitch by their toenails and the little short hairs behind their ball sack, it's because someone has said something or done something to you. If I choose to drag the dog shit out of you and skull drag your ass up and down these streets, it's because you have said something to me. What's up, Shady Baby? How you doing? We are not going around looking for trouble. Yes, do we give commentary every once in a while about what's going on these YouTube streets based on what these people are doing? Yes. We can say what we want to say based on what you've shown us. If you don't like the bad commentary about you, don't commit bad behaviors. It just is what it is. But that behavior was predatory. That the initial conversation was about. And the simple fact that someone of the LGBTQIA mentioned it, talked about it, spoke about it. See, y'all want the gay men in the sector to shut up and carry a purse. And there are some, a lot of them in this sector, who are happy to just be accepted by you, who are ecstatic just not to be called a faggot. Just don't call me a faggot. Just don't acknowledge that I'm gay in a negative way. And I'm happy. But I know that when someone get mad, the first thing they're going to say is faggot. That doesn't bother me. You make my man look better than your man. You're mad because my man looked better than your man. Exactly, Regina. The key difference is not inserting yourself. And what James did was not insert himself. He gave commentary. And the commentary initially started because he felt Jay Wilson was going in the wrong direction. So as another black gay man, stand down, Jay Wilson. I think that although he may have said some stuff in the past that was kind of crazy, in this instance, he chose to use restraint. And that was the trigger. That was the trigger. Now, James don't like lesbians. He don't even like black women. Whole PowerPoints, 7-point PowerPoints is being presented by people who are no longer in this sector, who are no longer fighting. Right. So they say, I'm not fighting them. I'm not arguing, dragging a bitch. But it sure seems like you are gung-ho on this, let's put this mess on somebody named James Caldwell. Commentary is one thing. But calling someone out their name, trying to drag, trying to do this and that. Sounds like fighting to me. Hey, Nihar, baby, how you doing? Sounds like fighting to me. And if you're not fighting in the beef sector or with the beef sector, why are you fighting in the beef sector? Now, James, if you're still here, if you're ready to come up, let me know. Please let me know. I'll drop the link for you. Because this is the segment where I have questions. Well, I have my own notes, but since you dropped down, I would love to ask you some questions. I would love to get some clarity on some things with this individual who's not fighting in the beef sector, but have a whole lot to say in the beef sector. Have a whole lot to talk about. And commentary is one thing. Okay, I'm here. I'm still here. Here. I'm still here. I'm going to turn the light. It's getting kind of dark here. I need to put some light in this situation. So yeah, I'm still here. I'm going to drop it in 1 second, sir. That's it right there. I got you, Nihar Boo. But yeah, so there's an individual who said they're not in the beef sector anymore. They're not fighting the beef sector anymore. But every time there's a problem or situation where Mr. Caldwell is involved, their opinions are vast. Okay. Since you can do some content on what you've seen, one second, I'm trying to get James.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So since there's commentary, and James, this is going to be like a pop quiz and a history situation. I was going to do it on my own, but since you're here, it's even better because it kind of solidifies the history that I'm going to give out based on what I know. And let me know if I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form. But yeah. So since you want to give commentary on what you see in this beef sector, let me give commentary on what I'm seeing in this beef sector and how I'm seeing things. And so this is a history lesson part. So it's constantly being said that you're a liar, James Caldwell. You're a liar. But my experience is the individual who's calling you a liar can never really pinpoint the lies that's actually being told. A lot of names are being called, a lot of liars are being thrown out there, was not, but there's never one time that I really heard you solidify, say, oh, well, no, you lied about XYZ because no, this happened. Correct?
Right.
Okay. So let's go down y'all history right quick based on the numbers, because you know I'm a numbers person. That's what I do. You mentioned a story that they brought up today about him not being welcome around you and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So the numbers is this. Y'all write this down now. Let's take some notes. And you said the reason why he's not around, or you didn't want him around your kids, because what his behavior is. You can call it predatory behavior. You can call it dick piggish. You can call it just sexually inappropriate behavior around young people. So, go ahead.
No. The flag on the play, see, because I could handle him.
Mm-hmm.
The flag on the play was, oh yeah, we're going to come. You know, he's always, we're going to go. We're vacation. Okay. What?
I'm gonna tell you what I remember about why it happened. But I'm just asking. But I'm just saying that was just a little, you know, what I'm saying, flourish.
Yeah, the why I didn't want him around my kids, it
Yeah,
wasn't so
because
much
of
him, it's his kids. It was his
right.
kids.
Okay, right. So right there. Okay, you're right. Because no, I know where you were going with that, but I was gonna go there. That's part of my story.
Okay.
To make sure
Okay.
that I heard what I heard. So when the lies say James is a liar, James is the only person who heard that, who said that. This is what was being said. So I'm gonna get there in a second. I didn't cut you off, but I'm gonna get there in a second. What's up, Lena? Baby, how you doing? Anyone else in chat, y'all? How y'all doing? So when let's get to the compression short story.
Mm-hmm.
I know I heard him talk about the compression short story online, but I want you to tell what you said previously about the compression short story offline with him. Why did he tell you that he had to get some compression shorts for his son?
Because when he first got him, when he was about get ready to be about 17 at the time, and he got him and he said he used to just run around, he would just be running around in the house with boxer shorts on or like basketball shorts with nothing underneath. And that he was so big that it was just everything was just all over the place. So he told him, you can't be walking around like that. And he got him to get compression shorts to hold it down.
Okay, so based on what that's the exact story that you said, I heard you say previously. So let me make sure that I understand what's being said. When he first got his son Tim, you know what I'm saying, he used to run around pretty much with no right fitting underwear on.
Right.
So until his 16th, 17th birthday he didn't understand that you can't wear every type of underwear with every type of situation. You can't wear, unless you want your stuff to show, boxers with basketball shorts. You can't wear boxers with gray sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're well endowed.
Right.
So he was so well endowed, and it was obvious because it was all up in his face. No pun intended. So he had to make sure that he contained that thing. Correct?
Right.
So the story he wants us to believe, because that's the story that I heard why he told you behind the scenes. The story he wants everyone to believe who wasn't here. I want you to say meat because you always say meat.
Mm-hmm.
But the story he wants us to believe is that he bought compression shorts because he was trying to dupe a drug test.
That's another story.
Yeah, I know that. It's another
Yeah,
story.
that's a whole different story.
Whole different situation.
Yeah,
So it's two different short stories.
Yeah.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
The one behind the scenes was between you and him.
Mm-hmm.
The one about the drug test was what he told online.
Well, I heard it. I heard it first on the phone.
Okay.
And then he told it online because I was like, I can't believe you actually told that story
this
online.
Is cheating. Now
Because I was like, that was so weird. It was weird. The whole thing is that he was having a conversation about how big that Tim's dick was in the first place. It's how he got to the whole thing of I start making him wear compression shorts. But it was weird to me to even be you're having a conversation about how big your son's dick is. But whatever. I mean, that's whatever y'all do. And at the time, like I said, he was talking a story of when he was like 17. By this time, Tim is like aged out. He's 20 something years old. But that was just him just talking. That was just a conversation. Why it was a conversation? Pretty strange to me, but whatever. Yeah, people do what they do.
Regina, hold that thought. Hold that thought, baby girl. But so his story now is that happened. The drug test thing happened in 2012, 2013. When did y'all meet?
We didn't actually meet in person until 2015.
Okay. So, if this story he told online in 2012, 2013, hold up, sorry, when y'all met in 2015, he
Mm-hmm.
said that Tim and Devontae was 20, sorry, and 22 years old, respectively. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. That's the numbers he's throwing out there. So in 2012, 2013, 3 years prior, the numbers that you said adds up. Correct? Because if you take away, because Tim is the youngest one, 20 years old, when y'all met. So if he did this compression short situation story 3 years prior, wouldn't that make Tim 17 years old? 16, 17 years old?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out where is a lie in that. And then you repeated the story online to everybody. And I'm
And
saying,
remember when we actually met, Devontae died. That's how we met. So there's
right,
only Tim at that point. There's only Tim.
exactly. But let's put a pin in that for 1 second. 1 second. So Tim was, so that kind of confirms
And
age.
he's not special needs. He's not
So he
special needs. He has behavioral problems, but he is not special
special
needs.
needs. Right. But in the school system was now, behavior problems is considered, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was
Yeah.
teaching, that BD was considered a special need. Because that's what they were in the classroom with when
Yeah,
I
but
was
he stopped, like he aged out of the system. Like
right,
he doesn't get a SSI check.
right, right, right,
Because
right,
that was his whole story, is that he wasn't getting no money for Tim, and he continued to keep Tim and take care of Tim even after he aged out.
right. Deanna, good point. Before we move on from this right here, this whole tucking piss and compression short story is he told us, Deanna, because I know you heard it, I know I heard it here online, how he showed Tim, how he literally took clean urine and physically tucked them behind Tim balls in order for him to keep it warm so he can dupe this drug test.
Right. For a job.
Right. That he only kept for a day.
And that was present. That was at the time. It was present time. It was
Exactly.
in
So that
real
wasn't
time. That was going on in real time when I
right.
actually knew him.
Right. So that wasn't in 2012, 2013.
No.
The compression short story that you're talking about is in 2012, 2013, when he said it was so much meat running around the house, he had to contain it.
Right.
When Tim first got there. Cut to after 2015, when y'all met and physically met each other. He told us the story how he took piss behind his son's balls with compression shorts to contain the vial of piss, clean piss, that Tim used to dupe a job he only kept for a day. Correct?
Right. Right.
Okay. So Tim wasn't 17, 16, 17 when he tucked piss. See, that's what I'm saying. When you lie, but you constantly like to talk, you tell just enough of the truth for people who don't listen and critically hear what is happening to be like, oh, well, he told us already. Yeah, he told a story, but it's two different stories that y'all don't understand. Two different time frames, correct, James?
I guess did he tell this story again today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't watch his video.
Oh,
so
well,
okay. So all right. So now I'm understanding. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. But that was, yeah, he wasn't no 17 when that happened. He was 17, like 17 years old when he got him. That was the first compression story. The other story was told in real time. That was something that was going on.
Right, because he was trying to get a job. Was it
He was
FedEx?
trying to get a job.
Something like that?
One of them old places.
Some courier company.
That he again, I tuned out after. It's like, here you go again with these compression shorts and this boy's dick. I'm like, oh God, okay, whatever.
So that right there, if y'all have any question about that right there, that sums it up. It's two different compression shorts stories. Okay, it's two different compression short stories. One was when he actually had to get him compression shorts because the meat, as Deanna says, was all over the place. And that was when he first got him back in 2012, 2013. The compression short story that we all heard and know, who's been here for a minute, was when he was trying to have his son dupe a job with a urine test. So he had to buy some more compression shorts, and he physically showed him how to tuck the piss behind his balls so it could stay warm in order for him to pass this drug test.
Right.
So there's no confusion there. Two different compression stories. Sorry, two different compression short stories. Same meat. Now, cut to Juju said she got it now. Great. It said that he said that he never what does he look like? Because he always say this when every time you mention about you not want him in your space with your kids because of his kids. He always say, "What does it look like? Me wanting to bring my kids around his kids." Now, let me tell you what I heard. This is what you was getting ready to say, I think, but make sure that I'm not saying it wrong. We know that Sean loves to brag.
Put that back.
About how he travels.
Who's Lillian? I can't see her. I must got her blocked.
Oh, I can't like me. Yeah, I'm not paying her no rule. I'm not paying her no mind.
Okay.
How he like to brag about how he like to travel. He done drove all up and down the coast of Canada, Niagara Falls, XYZ, da. From my understanding, he was telling you about these traveling stories that him and his partner and their kids take, these road trips.
Absolutely.
And what he said, based on what I remember, now tell me if I'm wrong, and you can tell the story if I'm wrong, but based on what I remember hearing the story was, he was telling you about how him and his partner and their kids to take all these road trips to the third. They was going somewhere up north, I think New York or Niagara Falls, wherever it was, and he said to you, "Oh, when we drive up in that area, I'm going to stop by and
right.
come see you."
Right, we'll swing through and see y'all.
Right.
Y'all, not me. Y'all.
Yeah,
okay, because that's that whole lie about I ain't never had my kids. Who's the y'all? Who was you stopping to see then?
You and Chat.
Chat don't live there. Chat live in DC.
I'm messing. I'm being silly. I know that. But so he was gonna come see y'all, and your thing was like, "No, you're not. No, the fuck you're not."
No, you'll get to Pittsburgh, and I'll come to the hotel wherever you're at and see y'all. Right. But you will never come to my house.
Okay, so please now explain to us, my small crew of people, why is it that you did not want him around your children, or sorry, his children around your children?
I wasn't having that. I just, first of all, I was very funny about people around my kids, period.
Anyway.
I didn't have, the only gay friend that I've ever had around my kids is Chat. And Chat is actually my youngest son's godfather. So that's it. My friends don't come around my kids. And then having the stories about your kids and their background, and your partner's kids and their backgrounds. No, y'all wasn't coming nowhere near my kids, period. And that's not to say that y'all are anything, but that's how I protect my children. You weren't coming around my kids at all. I didn't think it was necessary for you to come around my children at all, because again, they're not in the same age range. What do you see my kids for?
Right. So this is why I go live. You know, I love you to death, but you're too nice. I need people.
No, that's just the truth. That's just the truth. It's like you're not. I mean,
everything you say is what you've always said.
I know you be taking pictures of people and all that shit. Not only
that. This is what I remember also during that whole time frame. His partner's son
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, adopted, or sorry, adopted, foster child, was having a sexual relationship with Sean's foster child.
Mm-hmm.
They were fucking each other, and or fucking on each other was not. And Sean and his partner knew this information. Correct? Based on my
Mm-hmm.
knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't. And then I'm saying that just as a prelude to what I'm going to say. When he said that him, his partner, and their children was going to um, take this road trip and stop by and see y'all, can you tell me what child he said was going to be with him?
It was Tim and then the child that he actually had at the time, which was right around the 15. He's like 15, about 15 going on 16. That child. That was the little one that stole the credit cards and all this
Right.
other little stuff.
That would be the
Yeah.
gay one, right?
Yeah.
The one that was fucking his partner's foster child.
Right.
Okay. So, what I'm gathering, what I'm pulling together is this. Like I said, predatory behavior has been rapid on this situation since the beginning of this situation, to my knowledge. But, so it was Tim and this other child that was known to be having sexual relationships with his partner's son, correct?
Right.
You may not want to say this, but
And he steals. And he steals.
right. And you may not want to say this was not, but you can if you want to. But I'm gonna say regardless if you don't. So it's gonna come out regardless. Do you remember why Tim had to come to Sean's house?
That's exactly why Tim wasn't never going to be around my kids.
So you're not gonna say it. So you want me to say it?
No, I'm saying Sean told me that Tim was fucking on his little brother.
And how old was his little brother at that time?
The little brother was like 11 or 12 years old, something like that.
And how
He
old
was
was Tim?
young. Tim was what, 15? 15? No, he wasn't. He was no, he was right around the 16, 17 because he was right under the age of actually being able to actually
Right.
be charged. So probably around 16, 17. He was right under the age to actually be able to be charged with a crime.
Right.
Is where he was, and he got thrown out. That was the foster mother. That's who he was staying with, whoever that woman was, and he had
Right.
to go. She put him out. The other brother, the brother was actually with that woman
Right.
because they always try to put kids together that are related, and they ended up together. And then the lady said, you're out of here,"
Right.
because Tim was the last one to get there.
Right. So Tim and his brother was together in this foster care system until it was found out that Tim, age 16/17, was fucking his little brother, age 11 or 12. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gets put out of said lady's house. Had to get emergency with Sean Bradley. Correct?
That was it.
Did Sean Bradley tell you that he knew of this situation before Tim was allowed to come stay with him?
He told me that he found out. I don't know about whether it was beforehand or after, but he knew, and he told me that they had told him that that's what was in his background. And I was shocked because usually they don't tell you what's
Right.
actually in their background. So yeah, whoever his agency person was did tell him what Tim had did and why he got displaced. So I don't know if that was like actually before he got there or after he was actually in his care. But I was shocked because they don't usually give you that information.
So, predatory behavior, the history, and the beef sector. Sean Bradley. Listen, I'm not fighting with that man. But I want people to understand when you're listening to information, when you're listening, there's context, there's clues, there's history behind these stories. There's history behind these relationships. Now, the history is hid behind a Patreon wall. And the history is slowly been faded out because you can tell people what you want them to tell, and if they hear it often enough, they start to believe it. But those of us who's been here don't really lose those things. It's always in the backs of our minds. So Tim at 17, 16, 17 years old, got kicked out of the home that he shared with his brother because he was putting all that meat on his brother. They tell Sean this. Sean still brings him into his home.
Right.
And within the first couple of minutes, I'm saying minutes, but it could be months. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the story. But based on the time frame in which Sean allowed this person, this predator, who did something unthinkable to his little brother, younger brother, running around the house, meat showing all over the place, to the point to where this person, who is a self-proclaimed dick pig and great dick sucker, had to give him some compression shorts. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's really nothing wrong with that part, but
No,
the fact that you noticed it, you addressed it, and you took care of the problem. That's what you're actually supposed to do. But what was weird was that years later that you're recalling the story and telling the story. Like, I would have never told anybody that. That wasn't even anything to tell.
Exactly. Why would he tell you that when you didn't even know Tim and you didn't even know him at the time?
Right. And I mean, it's not strange. That's why I say it's not strange for, he would tell me anything. He would tell me all kind of stuff. That's kind of where the thing goes, where he says things about me and people, they want to believe it. It's like, no, because I don't tell him no shit like that. Because if I have something going on, I wouldn't tell him, of all people, because I know who he is. But I've proven it time and time and time and time again, the things that he has told me and the things that he has shared with me, like the baby on the floor, the records of the mother's phone calls. He shares that kind of stuff because he'll be seeing nothing wrong with it until he's met with it again. He talked too much.
But I've always say that. All I got to do is sit back and let you talk. And I can pick out and point out all the discrepancies of what you say. But yet, have a good night, Ashton. Thank you for coming in, baby. Enjoy your dinner. All this time you're saying you're not a liar, but I can pinpoint how you break up stories. You tell one part of this story, one part of that story was not, put them together, and then people don't want to say, well, that doesn't sound right. And when I say it doesn't sound right, you're mad. But it's
because
not right.
Go along. That's how cults work. That's how cults work. You're supposed to go along.
Right. And when you don't go along, it's not. I guess
you'll be dragged and attacked.
Well, you can only drag me so far.
And I'm sitting there looking at with the little pieces of his stuff that I see. I see the members of Club Chat that were right around whenever these stories were told, and they're yeah. And then sometimes they even add their own pieces, and he's corrected them when they adding things, and it's like, no, that ain't going with my narrative. So I mean, they just lie. That's why I was like, I'm not watching that video today. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. That old rinse and repeat. No, let's deal with the matters at hand.
Right. And question, James. I'm happy here because this is a question that I had on my little list, but I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna be here or not. Where did you and Sean fall out? Like around what year? 2019? 2000?
Hell, I don't even know.
20? Okay.
That was right before the no, it was actually right after his first Vegas gate by himself.
And that was 2000 what? 17, 18?
Don't give me the line.
Okay. I know y'all's was 2016.
That should have been about ours was April of 2016, and then we did the SLVS in October of 2016. So it's like 2017. It's 2017.
Okay.
So so it might have actually been because it was after that first Vegas gate that he did. Yeah. It was after the first Vegas game because of you remember the whole blow up about me not being there, me not coming, and my name still being used and all that stuff. It was a bit after that. Oh, let me see. It was actually 2019. It might have been because it was that because then the whole me and Rose thing happened in
Right.
the summer. That was all in the summertime. So that was after that. So maybe fall 2019, maybe? Or is that
Yeah.
2018? Somewhere in
Deanna, when
there.
did you go to Vegas with him? Deanna, when did you go to Vegas with him?
That was
Because it
in
happened
two.
after that.
Oh yeah, no, it's probably 2019 because we actually did go back to Vegas again after because I've been to Vegas with him 3 times.
Right. And
We've been
y'all
to
went to New
Vegas three
Orleans.
different times, and we went to New Orleans.
Right.
So
So,
it had to be that was like 2019 when we fell out,
hey, Fifi, how
and
you doing,
that's
baby?
like the fall of
Right.
2019.
Right. So he mentioned something. He said that y'all was when he got the jacket put on him, the infamous jacket on
Hmm.
him. You said that you didn't jump in because y'all was friends, but you didn't take it for him was not. But
Right.
that's to me, that's a sidebar because I was there. That's we don't need to rehash that.
Wasn't my
What?
issue.
Say again.
I said it wasn't my issue.
Oh, right. So what kind of intrigued me is that he said that y'all were still friends. And if y'all were still friends in around 2018, 2019, when did he start saying, listen for life?
That stuff started happening right before we fell out because
Exactly.
that was when I knew that he had actually been talking about me to the group.
Right.
Because I would hear, I was like, oh, here you go over throwing a little shade and trying to give these people my business. You're trying to
Right.
give these people my business.
And
And I was
that's my
like, oh, how
point. So,
interesting.
so
Yeah,
he
and
keeps
we hadn't even fallen out.
that's what I want you to say. He wants people to believe that all of a sudden you stopped talking to him. Now you never came out really said why, and I'm not asking you that now because I don't care about that. I don't care about the little stuff. It's the things that just want to prove that people aren't who they say they are, how real they say they are, how much of a real true bitch they think they are, say they are.
Right.
Let's talk about it. If y'all haven't fell out already, why would you then say months prior to y'all falling out publicly to listen for life?
Because you have been talking about me. I mean, it was not, there's no secret about that. See, I'm not one, I don't ever give my hand up. I
Mm-hmm.
don't ever snap out right in the beginning. I'm just like that. I will compile and hold on to things because, like I said, the whole thing with me and Rose began back in the spring and early summer of that year
Mm-hmm.
when things were actually going on. I clocked all of that. I had
Mm-hmm.
clocked all of that and just holding on to it. And he just kept doing things and kept doing things and kept doing things. And then the cemented situation happened. And that was when it was like, okay, enough,
Mm-hmm.
enough.
So when
But
people like to say, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
yeah, that's what I said. The listen for life comments, that was happening before that, right before the cemented stuff. That was part of the build up.
So when people keep coming on here for the past several years, no one can tell you what I've done to them, but they've done so much more to me. But I can't tell you exactly what they done, what they lied about. That's what this is. This is what this history lesson is about. Be mindful of who you are ingesting spoonfuls of BS from, because their history and predatory behavior goes back well before this whole situation that happened on Wednesday. My point is, I'm not, like I said, I like James. I don't like a couple of y'all on here. I really do. Everyone else, I really do fuck with like that, but I'm not going to fuck with y'all like that, if y'all know what I'm saying. But people that I'm not cool with, that I don't speak to and talk to, who don't drop down, who don't whatever, because I'm not liable enough to have y'all all in my face like I used to be. But it's because I see who people are, and I'm tired of having the same conversations with the same people about the same things. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not willing to put myself out there any more than I'm already out there with anyone else new, especially when I watch who you are. From the very beginning, I've always said, I watch how you befriend and I watch how you defriend. And I'm not special. So if I see you backstabbing, backbiting, lying to, playing in the face of the majority of people that you talk to on here, what makes me think that I'm different? But this history lesson, this situation that I'm here today talking about is the history, predatory behavior, and its relation to this beef sector. Now, me, people are like, well, Food Junkie, you did. Yes, I flirt with everybody. Everybody in this chat that have been with me from the beginning, I have flirted with. Even James. Have I not, James?
You gonna say even James? Really, nigga? Really?
Even Fifi. The only person that I haven't flirted with was Deanna. Because you know why?
She
Because
got a
Deanna,
whole husband.
no. Because Deanna don't like that. Deanna has always told me she don't like that. She don't like it when I do it to other people because I have a husband. Deanna don't like it when I
I
do
don't
it.
pay you no attention because I know the husband, so I ain't paid you. You and me was is a key because we knew each other before any of this stuff,
Right.
But
So
yeah, so
people can be like, well, Food Junkie, you did XYZ. And it was all fun and games. It always has been fun and games with me. I've always flirted with everybody. Everyone's my baby. But when people tell me, and I mentioned Deanna because when Deanna let me know she don't like that, I don't do that. It becomes predatory.
yeah,
It becomes predatory when someone asks you to stop
right,
and you don't. It becomes predatory when you're doing it to manipulate, when you're doing it to deceive someone else for your own personal selfish gain. Just like sexual harassment in the workplace. You walk by telling a dirty joke, while inappropriate it may be, is not sexual harassment until someone asks you to stop and you continue to make them feel uncomfortable. If you're knowingly making someone feel uncomfortable, if you have power, i.e., you're a foster parent over a foster child, it becomes predatory. Let me read the definition again. I read the definition at the very beginning of this live. Let me read the definition again. I posted it on my community page, but let me read this again. Predatory behavior refers to actions and conduct characterized by the exploitation, manipulation, or harm of others for personal gain, satisfaction, or gratification. This behavior often involves deceit, aggression, or manipulation to take advantage of vulnerable individuals or situations. Now, if someone says that they are heterosexual and you pretend to be a homosexual man and flirt with them, you're taking advantage of a situation,
mm-hmm.
especially if they're in a space where they feel outnumbered
Absolutely.
based on the makeup of the space that they're in.
That is completely predatory.
Exactly. So when you said that the behavior that was exhibited was predatory, I got it from the very beginning.
Right.
I waited and stayed on this definition for a couple of days and posted it yesterday, the day before yesterday, a couple of days after everything went down.
Right.
Because the conversation wasn't being had properly. And this whole J Dunn thing is just an easy way,
It's a
exactly,
deflection.
to deflect and give permission to the people who don't like you specifically to come at you.
Right.
And which is okay. But we got to call a thing a thing. The beginning of this whole debacle is the fact that someone, well, you, and I'll say someone, James Caldwell, called out predatory behavior.
Right.
And how dare you call out predatory behavior? So now you have everyone coming out the woodworks, people who's quote unquote retired, and talking about it when I just went over an hour or so of their history of predatory behavior. Let's not talk about the predatory behavior toward me until I switch the game up. And I call it sex espionage. You tried to use me. I used what I had to gain information and leverage over you. I'm just saying, you don't have to like it, but you still got to call a thing a thing. You still got to be honest about the initial conversation. And the initial conversation was predatory behavior. What ZX said, how ZX normally acts, what your motives was for not stopping the fight. Well, if Jay Dunn didn't come up there to expose him, they wouldn't have been fighting.
Right. And I didn't call for Jay Dunn, so I ain't have nothing to do with that because I
She
didn't call
felt
for her to come.
obligated. She felt it was her obligation to come up there to say, well, James, but James, but James. Like I said, I didn't see it because the next day when I heard about it, oh, I missed all that. I couldn't stay on it long because it was a bunch of mess. I want to see Rob Rack say he's a sex symbol. No, I don't want to see that. Ugh. But no, there's no here or there, but I didn't want to see that. So I got off. So I missed everything. All the fireworks and stuff, this and the third.
And the biggest part was ZX wasn't on the platform to discuss that subject. We had strayed away from that subject. ZX came up on the platform to talk about something totally different. He came up to tell me about commentary that I did that he liked the commentary. He wasn't coming to give his examples or his story. He came to tell me, I liked the commentary you did, and was on his way back down. And it was the exact same. She was coming to expose him for what he did. There was going to be a fight no matter what. Has she actually gotten to talk, and that there was going to be a fight. So I mean, that was something that we couldn't get past or around. The fight was going to happen.
And the bottom line is, based on what I'm hearing, is based on what I've been hearing for the past couple of days, is she came up there and deflected and distracted from the conversation y'all was having to begin with.
She kept on my nerves. Right, she kept getting on my nerves, fighting with everybody, and that was it. She didn't get to tell the story.
Because I remember when the day prior to that, when Shelly was up there, Shelly don't like me right now, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever, I called her, I asked her a question that she didn't like. But the other day when Shelly was up there, Shelly wanted to say some stuff, and Jay didn't want to allow her to say it. So when Shelly just went down and went live, I'm assuming you had to correct Jay Dunn then and say, Jay Dunn, see, the problem is we didn't get the
she derailed everything and disrupted everything. She ain't want to leave, and it was I'll give you money, and it was just a whole big mess, and I definitely wasn't going through that again.
Right.
Wasn't playing the game.
So it wasn't that you was trying to get back at her, whatever. It's like, you done it once, I let you slide. Stop it. Stop derailing what we're talking about. This is the topic. This is what's going on. XYZ. But that goes with once again. You want to deflect, and it's not about what she done either, because we all know, like you said today, Jay Dunn's one of the biggest opponents of predatory behavior on here, and that's with everybody. Not just the women she quote unquote date or talk to and or expose and put pictures up there on. You predatory toward me. I'm a victim of her predatory behavior and her stalking behavior.
There's been many.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's not, well, what she did. No, it doesn't matter. I call her scratch a sniff pussy because she had to scratch her pussy to make sure it smelled like doo-doo.
Lord have mercy.
Because we all seen and know that she shit on herself on the Megabus. That's why she had this nickname from Kimmy, Soft Doo-Doo. That's why um, Shelley calls her Megabus. Not because she takes the Megabus or took the Megabus, because she shitted on herself on the Megabus. And that's why I said scratch and sniff. And she got mad and called the police on me. You start with people. She starts with people was not, and then act as though everyone else is wrong. She started with me over in
I
Pizarro's
was
chat.
there. I was there.
Right. And when Custer and I was laughing at her was after scratching sniffing, the next couple of days, she called police. And a lot about that. And to this day, won't just say, damn, I fucked up and I was wrong. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it because, like I said, it's always going to be up and stuck. But what also kind of bothers me is this. People say she's a grown-ass man. She say she's a grown-ass man. If you refer yourself, we have to respect each other's pronouns, right? In the LGBTQIA community.
Mm-hmm.
If you call yourself a grown-ass man, why should you bring up a fight between two grown-ass men? One bio, one self-proclaimed.
That's it.
You can't. It's such a convenient thing for me that all the worst behavior is always some type of excuse for. But if you look at things face value as for what it is, you can't stop someone who calls themselves a grown-ass man who have no self-control, regardless of what they are bio. If we're going to respect each other as to what we want to be referred as or as what we call ourselves, I'm not getting whiplash because 1 minute when you're winning, you're a grown-ass man. And the next minute when you're losing, you're a lesbian. And the next minute when you're losing, you're a black woman. You a grown-ass man known as Jake. So when another man, as inappropriate as what ZX said was, is fighting with a self-proclaimed grown-ass man, fight like two grown-ass men.
Period.
Yes, what ZX said was inappropriate. But we all have said some shit up and through here when we getting down. Like you pointed out the other day, Rick said some shit. Neptunian says some shit.
Again, when you are in battle, stuff gets said. That's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Can't tell people how to fight.
Ken says some shit. I think Neptunian said some shit to Ken. That had Ken be like, damn, let me leave him alone. He's crazy. Because it was along the same lines. But let me be messy right quick, James. Let me be messy right quick. What your boy did play today, he played the video when you was talking about how you were Fifi, don't get offended, baby. How you, if you was into women, how you were tear Fifi little kitty cat up.
I would.
He played that, comparing it to what ZX said to J Dunn, and said, sounds the same to me. Sound like the same person talking to me. Comparing to what you said about Fifi to what ZX said to J Dunn. Pretty much trying to say, if y'all think, basically trying to spin a narrative, because it's always the king of spin or the queen of spin or just a spinner, a spinster. It's always that. If y'all think what he said, ZX said was bad to J Dunn, why wouldn't why would it be so different than what he said about Fifi? Because first of all, they weren't fighting, and it wasn't an insult, in my opinion.
And Fifi wasn't insulted. Moving
Exactly.
right along. So there's a whole difference. So moving right along.
You're right, Faye, baby. Beef has no gender, morals, values for some people. Everything. The thing is, what the funny thing for me is this right here. The funny thing is, like I said, right is right, wrong is wrong. Will I ever have a discussion with ZX? Probably not. Probably not, because he's just not my cup of whatever. And that's not a good thing or bad thing. That's just me personally. Like I said, I don't talk to a lot of y'all on here or over here. So I'm sure I'm not gonna talk to somebody who is trying to get over here and who I think, what I'm saying, have a lot going on that they need to be worried about besides being online. But that's just my personal opinion. Even when people ask me or have asked me in the past to drop a link, no, I don't know you. I don't need to talk to you. I could talk at you, and whatever you say will go on deaf ears from on my part because I don't care what your opinion is of me. I don't know you. But like I said earlier, it's always the ones who know that this man, quote unquote, had a history of horrific behavior and saying horrific things to women, calling women out their name, talking this and that, who's constantly over there and bringing back what he done and said onto us over here in the quote unquote beefing sector. And then wonder why these people are getting traction over here.
I mean, it's just bullshit. The thing is, he come in, he's ready to leave. He couldn't even leave because they was bombarding him with questions. They lined up in the back. They all want to talk to him. So, like, you can't have it both ways.
Right.
You're so disgusted by him being here, he couldn't even leave because he was so bombarded with people in the back. My room filled up. People was trying to get in and couldn't even get in to the back, wanting to ask him questions. So really, like, it is what it is. And again, I'm doing a show, my show,
Right.
my channel, period. End the story.
Like even this morning when I was getting ready for work, I was like, what, this is what I was waiting for. I was waiting on this right here. This is what I was waiting on. I was like, I'm going waiting on this, and I couldn't. I was getting ready for work, and so I really couldn't hear everything. So I had to wait till I got to work and got myself situated to hear the
He
rest.
used you. He used you. Did he? Did he use me? Because it looks to me like he came up the first day. I asked him up to clear up a situation that y'all kept on. I kept being stuck in the middle of a you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. And the only person that could clear up the lie was him. So
Right.
did he use me or did he come in and take care of something that I needed taken care of? The whole Brian thing.
Right. Oh, I
So did he
understand
use
the
me
video.
or did he assist in disposing and dispelling a vicious lie that had been going on for months?
In essence, clarified a situation that you needed to be clarified.
Absolutely. Well, I didn't need to have it clarified.
Right.
That was
Right.
done for the streets. I knew what
Right.
happened.
Oh, we all know what happened. We all know what happened. I have
That's
one more
why
question.
Brian, man, he did a video today.
About what?
Who knows? I just know
Oh,
it's
I know
about
about
me.
him.
I
Like,
know it's about me. I got 900 messages. He's over there dragging you again. He's always dragging me. He's always anywhere where somebody will listen to him dragging me. He's so upset. Now it's such a terrible thing that I had that man over here on my platform, but you was over there trying to put your head in that man's lap to cry to get the man to come over here. Now he came over here, but well, you're mad because he didn't do what you thought he was going to do when he came over? Girl,
that's
shut up, honey.
a lot of it is. People,
Shut up, honey.
but the thing is, remember when Rick first came over here?
Mhm.
We need some new energy in here. We need some more masculine. Da, da, da. We
Right,
need.
right. And you know what that was about? Same thing, because he was attacking me.
Hey, Kylie, what's up? Yeah.
I'll call it what it was. He was
Right.
going at me, and these same people was happy as a goddamn sissy with a bag of dicks.
And then when him and
When it
you,
didn't go the way that they wanted it to go, then
right.
they had no use for him either anymore.
And then remember when it was, oh, I can't wait till Food Junkie and Rick falls out was not da 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 da. We're not gonna fall out.
Always.
The thing is, if there's a problem, Rick has my number. I have Rick's number. Me and Rick have met up several times, as y'all seen.
Rick seen it for what it was. He not no
Exactly.
monkey with no symbols. He saw that people was trying to use him. He's not crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, my thing is like me, love me, hate me, what human beings. I really don't give a damn one way or the other. Because the reality of it is this. At this point, today I only came on here because I'm tired of hearing this predator conversation and no one even understands what the word actually means or what the phrase actually means.
They understand. They're just trying to use it for their own purpose. They're trying to take it and twist it to make it be what they want it to be, while claiming that I was creating an angle. I don't create no angle. I just pointed out what was blatant, and there was some of that same blatant shit going on that same person's platform last night. There was another straight boy violated on that platform last night. He was violated by Lady Dimples and then violated later on by QI.
Wow.
Right.
But yet no one talk about that though.
Mm-mm.
And if you bring that up, it becomes a situation that how dare you?
I dare.
This is what I'm saying. See, listen, and like I said, the hypocrisy, the fake ass outrage. I'm over it. I'm literally over it because we have done, and I say we, not saying I've done anything with that, but I'm never going to exclude myself. We have all done some horrific shit and said some horrific shit on here to each other. We all have done it. We all have talked about people's dead, people's children, people's illnesses, people's age, people's weight, people's color, people's gender, people's sex.
Gonna do some more.
Right.
Ain't they taking me to task? Ain't they taking me to task? We're gonna do some more.
And it's not going to stop. But only time it gets attention is when it's done by someone that quote unquote you don't like. Then it's the conversation. Then it's the
we down there that said them was the good old days. I'm laughing at Deanna. We did all this terrible shit to each other. She said, "Well, yeah, them was the good old days."
But it was never this dark though. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't this type of victim or playing victim. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm literally sitting in the dark right now. I didn't even turn my lights on. See? When I lost my light, I didn't even bother to turn any lights on. Know that I'm totally camera ready, but I'm sitting there. My front door is open. My front door is open, and I got the window. The blinds are open, but I've completely lost my light. I'm not afraid.
The ghost ain't gonna come get you. The ghost ain't gonna come get you.
And I'm not afraid of the space where I live. The ghosts on the inside ain't gonna get me, and I'm not worried because my area is so terrible that somebody's gonna come and get me. Like I said, it's dark. My front door is wide open. But I live in the ghetto. What am I saying? Ciao.
But yeah, like people really don't really get like people who've been here for a minute, and I hate these little titles that we give each other. Well, it's not people who've been here for a minute. We know how to do this and stand in what we do and say. It's not like I said. I'm coming live because I think it's a person who is steeped in predatory behavior, predatory actions, predatory history that they brought to the beef sector. I don't need you giving commentary on anything involving it once you said you left the quote unquote beef sector. You're not going to be arguing with anybody. Because it sounds like someone is fighting to me when they're calling you out your name.
Sure. He can give as much commentary as he wants. And I got some, you got to bring some ass to get some. So continue.
And the reason why I stayed quiet for so long, because this dropped off what, Wednesday, and it's Sunday now. Mm-hmm. I've been quiet because I don't even think, oh well, he's defending James. I'm not defending James. James and I don't talk like that outside.
Didn't even know I was coming over here
at all. And you didn't know I was going live.
No, I didn't know I was coming over here either. I'd have been ready. You know, I'd have had my lights set up.
So it's not me defending, it's me telling the truth as I know it to be. Not as I see it, not as I want it to be. You have so much predatory shit in your background that you have allowed your views on predatory behavior. You really need to be quiet, is my point.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Let me keep
I
talking.
only scratch the surface on all the stuff that we know about him.
Let them keep talking.
But my thing is, you allowed a predator in your home from onset to the point so much where you're so comfortable with this individual that you call him your child and his child your grandchildren.
That's exactly IQIC. It's all perception. You and Shaquem were intellectually sparring, actually, not sparring. Y'all were sparring, but you spoke up underneath his clothes, and everything somebody says now is all predatory, and it's all up to how the people who are actually viewing feel. See, because that was the issue with me. It was the people who were viewing who got really bothered by what happened. See, because Jay Dunn didn't actually get that bothered by what was actually said. That man had said that to her 5 or 6 times prior on other platforms. So it's really all about the other people and how they felt. Now, me, I wasn't so bothered by what y'all had going on because again, it was y'all were paired perfectly. You was talking smack to him, he talking smack to you. But for just intensive purposes, they're gonna be like, oh, that's just absolutely terrible that she's speaking about his penis, knowing that she don't like penis. Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? So should I go have a million man march now? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. See, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And it's all good and fun until I feel like gandering. I don't know.
And we have to be very careful about what we label people because, especially when we are sometimes doing the same behaviors as they do, that label could turn around and get put on us.
But wait a minute. Remember, this all happened right on the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember speaking about his penis. Oh, yeah, you did. You made comparisons about who could fuck better and all that. All that. It was quite inappropriate. It was a conversation. You was having a conversation with a man about sexual epithets. And if you chose to, you could very well switch it up and then go get the brigade out on him. If you felt like it, just switch it right up. And now it's a woman's empowerment moment against him. How dare he speak that way to you? Let me gather the troops together. It's all very convenient how it all happens. Now, the two of you all squashed it. The two of you all squashed it. But again, if I really wanted to flip it, QI, I could have pushed my button and flipped it on all of you last night. The same way that things were being flipped on me, where y'all all sat in and they did that nice, nasty women's empowerment PowerPoint on me in the early part of that video that you were at last night. It's all perception. That's what you all said. But it really is about who gets offended. Who gets offended and presses the button first.
I think she understands what you're saying because, like I said, it
Because
really
she's
is
smart. QI's
yeah,
smart.
yeah,
She
definitely.
knows. She knows.
And the thing is, how many times have a woman said, "You little dick motherfucker"? That's why you got a small dick.
All of those things could get you caught up in
Right.
the Me Too movement these days in the climate that we're in. Now, the whole thing with Dimples earlier in that thing, Dimples could be locked up today if
Yeah.
Shaquem felt like it. Dimples literally got down on the platform and told the man that he's a predator. He said, I'm a predator and you're my prey, and this, that, and the other. And I was doing this, that, and the other. And I was basically stalking him online. You literally got on her platform and admitted to that. I just looked, I said, and y'all wonder why I say I want Dimples and nothing to do with Dimples? Dimples is an idiot, a
Reckless.
stone cold idiot, and thinks that all that shit is cute. It wasn't cute. She violated him. She came down there and literally gave him enough information last night to lock his black ass up. Shaquem could have sat in that damn police station today and be in the process of having Dimples locked up. But I digress. Like I said, go on. Y'all want to play with James? Go play with him.
And like I said, in front of James, this is not a let me defend James thing because James didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't even know nothing about this stuff.
Right, I
Because I
didn't.
didn't push my button and I didn't say anything. I
Right.
don't never show y'all my whole hand and never will.
And like I said, I don't watch everybody. I know what you say. I know what Deanna says, Olivia every once in a while, and maybe a couple other people. But I'm not trying to be everywhere. Never was
Oh,
trying to be
that's
everywhere.
funny. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, those were just jokes. Ha ha
Right.
ha ha. Yeah, okay. Well, ZX was joking with J Dunn. See how that
Right.
worked? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, my ass. I'm riding with the whole team on this one. What team? Because there's several different teams.
QI
I'm
want to
on
come
the
up,
team.
baby?
I'm on the team of me. But
QI, you
there's
want to
a
come up?
woman's empowerment team. I ain't on the woman's empowerment team. I don't have a vagina.
Because I mean, I'm not on anyone's team. I'm on a team of right.
There ain't no team. I'm one individual. I'm one individual. Hey, I am my team. One of one.
And this is just my opinion.
Let's
So
try to kick
yeah.
it off. Try to kick it off.
Okay.
So
So
it is what it is.
James, I'm gonna bring QI up. Is that okay?
You what?
I'm gonna bring QI up.
That's fine.
Okay. This drops QI bad. But yeah, so it's like it's just like for me, it's so muddied and so silly and so hypocritical
With
that
YouTube.
yeah,
It's
it's
not even real world.
right.
It's gone completely away from what it actually is. At this point, it's nothing but YouTube and YouTube politics is actually what it is. It is either you back down and you humble yourself, or or we going to unleash and gather up and we're going to come for your character. Yeah, okay. Well,
And my thing is, it's so funny was that like even when I was first doxxed, doxing's supposed to shut you up. Doxing's supposed to bring fear to you, make you be quiet. Same thing with this whole teaming up thing, in my opinion. It's supposed to make you be quiet, supposed to shut you up, supposed to shut you down. And when you don't go down quietly, QI,
Yes, in the building.
what's up? How you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing good. Uh, I'm just gonna say we live and we learn, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of stuff that I had to figure out. And so, and I do see the climate that we're in. And when I say I'm riding with the team, because, like I feel like we're all sort of like under attack and we all like sort of been handling our own battles, right? And so, like when it comes down to this particular situation, just like especially when at first, I mean, when I watched it at first, watched the situation at first, like that shock or that little, trauma or whatever. But once
Right.
I processed what was actually going on, I understood exactly where you were coming from. I learned a lot from you. This ain't like an environment that I'm used to.
No, it's different. It's definitely different. And it really don't have anything to do with what's right and what's wrong. It really has to do with YouTube politics.
Right. Who's fighting who?
No, numbers, clicks and views,
Oh, that too. That yeah, yeah, you're exactly right.
popularity, and relevancy. That's what it's really about.
Mhm. And I'm
And one
trying to
thing is
focus
definitely
on
I'm
my
different. Go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead. I'm trying to
I said,
focus on my own brand. I've just now started to see, like where, YouTube could be a benefit for me and some other things that I'm doing in my life. And we get 1099s now. This is an official business. So I'm trying to focus on, like my brand. I have it's slow, like it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to remove my mind from a certain mindset onto another type of mindset.
Right. Because once it becomes that for you, then that's when people start to try to take it away.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
and that's why I say I don't allow people to try to think they can build me up
And
or
that's
build me or tell me
all
who
that
I
this is
am.
about. That's all this is about. That's all that this is about.
But you said this from,
Mhm.
but you said this from the very beginning.
I've
It's all
always
about,
said this. It's what
yeah.
it is.
Hmm.
And so like I'm not like nah, I'm riding with the team because it's like okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Like the way I look at it is this sector was founded upon us, and black women. And it's like how dare people want to come in and try to snatch something away
Who's
that
doing
was
that?
created.
I was wondering who you was talking about with the team. That the
Yeah,
team.
that was
What team?
created by us. That was
Mhm.
created by us. We might have our own, like really this issue is internal. We might
Very much
the
so.
Nick, see, I haven't
our
had no issue with the people from the outside. See, that's where the problem. That's where
right,
some of the confusion is. James hasn't had any problem with the people from the outside.
because you know how to carry yourself.
No, they just never got around to me. That's all. I didn't get doxxed. I didn't get
By
doxxed.
them.
I'm not
By
getting
them.
shit from the outside now. I'm getting shit from the inside. So
Right,
that's
right.
why
That's
when you
my
said
issue.
I'm going with the team, no, the team is actually piling up on me. So I don't know about the team. So just
What
I was
team?
like,
Not my.
okay,
Oh, I know. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
that's what you said.
That's
I bet
something.
we ain't on the same team, but
Yeah,
I
I
am
see.
my
I see what
team.
you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I definitely do.
And the thing is, today I just informed you all that I understand what the team is and who and that I'm actually aware. That's
Now
that's
you
what
actually
that's what
informed us of a video or two before this actually kicked off because this is what I said on this. I said, and can I use one curse word, food
Go ahead.
junkie?
That's fine. You're good.
I heard
You're
when
good.
you said some of you bitches are really homophobic,
Mhm,
and
absolutely.
that just connected all the dots. I mean, that just crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's for me.
And Bakira, within the community, because we're all part of the community. We're up here. And part of the community was not the black community and the LGBTQIA community was not black gay men is one of the lowest on the ring anyway, because people will accept a black woman being a lesbian.
Yeah,
Trans
I
is
was gonna,
lower.
but I'm gonna let you
The
run.
trans
I
girls are
I was
actually
gonna
lower on the
question it.
pole than us.
Yeah,
But
yeah, they do.
I'm saying based on our conversation we have right now. Not, I
Yeah.
mean, yes, trans women are definitely beneath that, but I'm
And
saying
that's why I
people
had a
don't
hard time
respect.
with Dimples.
Right.
But Dimples is
People
not
don't respect.
trans. See, that's again, I keep trying to tell y'all that Dimples is not trans. Dimples is
Yeah,
not
and
trans. Dimples is exactly what I am. She's a butch queen.
mhm.
She's not trans. She's trying to hide behind the trans flag to try to get protection, but she's not trans.
And that, like, I felt uncomfortable when that happened because I was like, Dimples, but I didn't know, like, it's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. And I like it was just, it was wow.
Ness tried to dial it back, which thank you, Ness. I just see that you understand it because the
Mhm.
whole what has gone on, she started asking Shaquem, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" You were questioning. You were asking the questions. See, here's where the thing. Oh, James is going out bad. No, James is making changes, and y'all paying real
Mhm.
close attention to James because she went to asking Shaquem, "Was he okay with what had just went on?" She shut y'all up because they didn't want to listen. She snapped out until she got quiet to ask them, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And by doing that, Ness, by doing that, you further proved that exactly what I was saying was correct. You know it's correct, and you get it, and you've changed your behavior. So that means that my job is actually just about done with you. But you've already admitted that you knew that I was correct. And that's why you have changed your behavior. Because what is change? You can say it, but change behavior is when people know you got it. Last night, you handled the situation completely different than you did with the Rob Rack situation because you knew I was correct all along. But I digress.
Mhm.
But James, you know you'll never be
I get.
correct because there's always to be something who don't want you
So I
to.
don't have to be correct down
Right.
here.
Well,
I'm
you
correct
know,
where it counts.
wants.
I'll
I
never be
appreciate
correct
it.
down here. I'll never be correct
I
down here because I'm the one with the X on my back.
mhm. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Like I said, in terms of dealing with a lot of stuff, I have, learned a lot from you. You're about the only one that come out here and just really like give some real lessons because like I wasn't a content, but I've never like I've been more like a participant of YouTube than I have a content creator. And I really had no real passion about doing it until just recently, and it's for a whole different reason.
It's Sisters
It's-
asked, what lie did Ness catch Jay Dunn in last night? The first lie she caught her in earlier when she was on her platform, she had said that I, back in 2015, that I didn't go to the blackout because I couldn't afford to go to the blackout. And she stuck in it and she stood in it. And I questioned it. And then Ness thought she was getting ready to drag me in it. And she said, "So what do you mean?" And what's her name? Right to be told. Said, "No." When it came up again, she was running the story again. They up there dragging me. And she says, "Jay Dunn, wasn't James in the hospital when that happened?" And right, and she's like, and she said, "Yeah, James was in the hospital going through chemotherapy when the first blackout happened." And Jay
I
Dunn
want
said,
to tell you
"Well,
a question.
I mean, that's what I said. I said he couldn't afford it. His body wouldn't afford him to go." And Ness is like, "Oh, okay." And they tried to make it right, but Ness was like, "So you lied? You damn right she lied."
I just can't believe that she would
Look, there she
allow.
goes. It was a lie, Jay Dunn. It was a lie. You got caught in the lie, and that was it. You don't ever have to own up to it. You don't ever have to own up to it, but it was a lie. And now you're trying to play semantics. No, little girl, you lied. You lied. I don't know you, little girl. I didn't know you then, little girl. Knew nothing of you when that actually happened. You knew of me. I didn't know nothing about you. I didn't know nothing about you until the TSCC days and the Maddie and Kaya. And once the beef sector formed, is when I knew of you. Before that, I didn't know anything about you. Didn't know you. Didn't know you. You were a fan. I didn't know you. And you lied. It is what it is. I don't know why you can't just let it go because you're mad now. You're mad. Stay mad. You don't even like Food Junkie. So what are you doing over here now? More of that predatory behavior? The lesbian team alerted me that QI was over here. That's why I showed up. So there you go, QI. You understand? The team.
Mhm.
The team. Like I
Yeah.
said, I am a team of one. Whoever the lesbian team is, line them up. Because I'm not pressed nor moved by any team of anybody. I wouldn't care if it was lesbians, gay boys, regular women, anybody coming against me in that fashion. I have no problem with line the bitches up.
Yeah, I get it because I've been
I'm not
attacked by.
moved. I'm not stirred. I will not be backed into a corner. You're not dealing with that person.
I get it because I've been attacked by more lesbians than anything, and that's what I also said on this panel. I've been attacked by men, women, and lesbians. I've been out here being lesbian bashed for the last past 4 years. I mean, people been talking under my clothes for the last past 4 years. So it's like how I looked at it, like I look, we get it. We like at first, like I said, I had to process my thoughts. I had to, like you said today, you said you're never the one that run out here. And I'm glad that like I had a little spark, but I'm glad that I didn't because it's like the more like this was before I knew that Sean Bradley was gonna come back and that it was really like it's an
I
issue with
told
that.
y'all he would come back, didn't I? I keep trying to tell
Mhm.
y'all I know him. Where y'all don't know him, y'all think y'all know him. I know him. I know him.
This is before I saw a lot of things. So I was so glad. And plus I had a hard time processing my thoughts anyways because it was too many layers to it.
Always will be.
Mm.
Always will be.
So that's why I didn't hit your link because I understand. Now, did I agree that did I like what ZX? But ZX has done that to me. Nola has done that to me too on this panel. And Ness did. She said, she don't like men. So I did. She did come to like my defense or whatever. But like I've never like bothered him, but I had to battle him. That's when I saw that he had a problem with my. And then I'm learning this now too. This is the other thing. I'm learning, like I said, that light bulb came on when you said that a lot of these people were homophobic. Because then the light bulb came on that like man, this is really why this is happening.
We have plenty of homophobic people right within our
Yeah,
own
they're in the
situation.
community.
There are
They're
lesbians that
in the
don't like gay
community.
boys. There's gay boys that don't like lesbians. There's gay folks that don't like trans. We don't, the people from the outside can't even work with what we got going on in the inside. But know this, I'm
Mhm.
here for all the shits, all of it.
This calmness is what I'm talking. What I'm watching. Your calmness, James, is what I'm watching right now.
Because I've sat down here for years trying to avoid this, but now people want to put me in the middle of it. So it is what it is. The
Okay.
fuck it is
Somebody
what it
said,
is.
okay, and in terms of the Craig situation, it's like this. Um, like I'm like okay, like I told somebody before, I don't like when people outside of the lesbian or maybe the stud community speaks on those things because they haven't had that experience, right? So until like James just like today, he just taught me something about like what I did with Shakim, and I didn't realize it. You don't realize certain things until people who are, who have experienced it can tell you. You can tell you because, like, just because we're in the community doesn't mean we all have the same experiences. We're not all robots. So sometimes it does take for somebody to maybe shine a light on some things for some of us to get it.
They're asking you in the chat, QI, what the lesbian team is, and could you explain it? I don't know what the
No,
lesbian team is,
I don't
but
either.
yeah.
I don't
But
either. I
all
don't
I know
either.
is but the whoever the lesbian team is, I'm their target. I know that.
No, I've been a target for 4 years.
While you're saying that this is YouTube, this is not real, what y'all don't realize is this may be YouTube for a lot of us, but some people try to take this YouTube nonsense onto the real world to affect your life, i.e., taking people to court, i.e., restraining orders, i.e., calling your family, i.e., being on probation. All those things started with what y'all say is just YouTube.
And this is some of our real lives.
You know, while you look at it as a spectator as, oh, this is just fun, this is just I'm having a good time online.
There is no skit, fake bonding. What are you talking about a skit? You just had a bitch drop down here talking about the lesbian team. We already know I'm the target of the team. What part of a skit? See, I ain't in no skit. Okay, so I ain't no paid actor. I ain't got no talent release or nothing like that. I'm not a part of a skit. So what skit you talk about? I am actually being attacked and being targeted by a group of lesbians. That has nothing to do with a video. It has nothing to do with a panel. It has nothing to do with YouTube at all. We ain't create no YouTube content. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, it has become very real. It's very real, and it's very much part of it is YouTube politics. But yeah, what it's all about what goes on next. But it's all part of a real thing. Just like they just ascend it down in here, ascend it down, tracking where I'm at, where she's at. That's yeah, that ain't part of no skit. I ain't signed no talent release.
I mean, I did enjoy Craig because, like I said, I don't like I just said, until somebody breaks something down, sometimes you don't understand all perspectives.
Hazel,
Like,
hey, this what you know. Hazel. That's a lot of what we were talking about this morning, Hazel.
And
I
Hazel
understand
also,
everyone's point of view, but a lot of you spin narratives for your own benefit. Y'all don't care about real life issues. No, I haven't spun any narratives. Do I look like I'm spinning a narrative? I'm sitting here being interviewed, and I've been ascended upon by the so-called lesbian group. What narrative have I spun? Not you, food junkie, and the y'all. So that's me. I'm over here doing an interview with you with food junkie. So what narrative am I spinning?
and let me just say this too. Okay, okay, because I think the thing is predatory. And I get your point perspective or whatever, but do I think that Ness intended to be that way? No. And that's what I'm saying about Craig. When I was up there, like basically I like with the Craig thing. But with the getting um men or getting what straight men to fight against the LGBTQIA community, I got that.
You
You know,
didn't descend in here, Jay Dunn. You ascended in here because you're too motherfucking big to descend in here. You the tourist place up. You ascended in there, you fat motherfucker. Now you keep on playing. I ain't worried about it, Jay Dunn. I'll try to be nice, but I told you earlier, I will fucking drag you, Jay Dunn. I will drag you. I will embarrass you every time you drop down somewhere. You want to play games? Verbally sparring with me will never get you anywhere, Jay Dunn. You raggedy, wop body bitch.
And this whole thing with Craig, let me just say this right here. Two things can be true at the same time. Craig can be funny, entertaining.
Craig is
At the
never
same time,
funny.
no,
Craig
no,
ain't funny because Craig's a catfish.
can be. I didn't say is, can be. And also, Craig can be offensive and inappropriate and display predatory behavior. So while people keep saying, "Well, it was fun," or it was just a skit, or you enjoyed the other, she can enjoy what Craig did yesterday. After thinking about what happened yesterday, last night, QI can also be like, "Damn, I can see how someone can be offended, and I can see how what Craig did can cause XYZ harm to someone else." Two things can always be true at the same time.
We live and we learn. Like we don't come out here being all knowing.
It's a sister. She explained that. She explained why she didn't hit James Link. But Kia, if you want to explain it again, it was asked
Yeah,
of you.
because
I
Why
don't think
didn't
I'm
you?
speaking for anyone. I was just speaking for myself. I just said Craig ain't never been funny. Who do you think? I'm not interviewing. I'm interviewing at Spill It Boy TV. It says Spill It Boy TV. It don't say everybody. It don't say everybody. It says Spill It Boy TV. So what part are you not getting? Most found it funny. That's cool. And then I say most that found it funny, then predatory behavior must be funny to you. Again, isn't
and
that what
yeah,
I said the last few days? That's what y'all don't like that I said the last few days. So fake bonding and content and views, you're telling us that predatory behavior is fun and funny to you? That's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. That's cool for you.
but
Next.
like you said though too yesterday, James, and I get it. Like we get used to seeing so many bad things happen down here on the street. So many people cross boundaries down here on the street, and it concerns me too because I don't want to become normalized to that.
They
That
were
you don't
sexual
know.
remarks to Fifi and say it again, that was predatory and it wasn't fun. Okay, but here's the issue. What I said to Fifi wasn't offensive to Fifi, so you really got nothing to build on. Now, if it was offensive to Fifi, then I have a problem. Isn't that right? Isn't that
Hmm.
right? Again, see, I ain't no dummy. I ain't slow, and I ain't playing that game.
Mm. And that's where the problem lies right there. Everyone thinks that their opinion is the right
And here's
opinion.
the
Not,
thing, old fake bonding over there, everything and everywhere in the last week. Follow, trolling. You're coming very close to predatory behavior yourself, but just keep going. See,
It
because again,
is.
it's all perception,
It
unwanted.
is
So I'm
predatory. It is
telling you
predatory.
at this point, I don't want to talk to you no more. So don't talk to me no more. Leave me alone. Rob
mm.
wasn't offended, but I was. But I was. See, I was.
Mm.
It's no offense, fake bonding, but it seems like for you not to care, you have a whole bunch of opinions about it.
And a whole lot of footage of her or him not caring about it all over my videos and everywhere else I've been. See how that worked?
But like I said, history, predatory behavior, and this beef sector. This beef sector have been predicated on predatory behavior. What do you think a beef is? If someone's not fighting with you and you're constantly harassing and talking mess and doxing the other. That's what beefing
You're not
is.
giving commentary. You're giving commentary. You're not giving commentary because you're not. You don't have a page. You're over there talking. You're not giving commentary. We ain't went nowhere to see you. You're communicating with me directly. You're communicating with me. What part of stupid is you? You're literally sitting here communicating directly back and forth with me. You ain't talking to Food Junkie. You ain't talking to QI, and you're not talking to the people in the chat. You fucking talking to me, you dumbass. You're engaging with me. You're not engaging in commentary. You're literally having a back and forth with me after I told you to shut the fuck up and stop talking to me. Faye, I have no problem with that, but I'm just pointing it out. The semantics. You're sitting here, Faye. It's the semantics. Now now if I'm offending you, I'm giving commentary. No, you're not giving commentary. You're having a verbal spar with me, is what you're doing. You're not giving commentary. But they want to play semantics. Everybody thinks they smarter than the next person. Not.
But the title of the video says it all. There's history, it's predatory behavior, and it's the beef sector. It is happening. It's here. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I'm,
What the hell, baby?
Woo.
How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, Jesus.
Mm. You got proof of that? You got proof of that, fake bonding? You got proof of that? Because right now you're doing defamation. Let's keep going. That's defamation and slander. Let's keep going. You know Jay Dunn loves to file paperwork. That's defamation and slander. Next.
It is so crazy around here.
It's not. This is what they wanted. Isn't this what they wanted?
It is, but my
This
question
is
is
what
why?
they wanted. Things weren't hostile. I went around the world in 90 days to keep things from being hostile, but they didn't want it like that. They wanted it to be hostile because you want to back me up in a corner. Well, I haven't told you I don't do corners. Trash collects in corners. I don't do corners.
But isn't this what you was kind of saying, James? That they wanted someone to, at that moment when it first happened on Wednesday, she wanted a reaction from that guy to the community or the gay guys in the community. Basically, it's like a prophecy happening because now everyone's trying to attack who? You.
Mm-hmm. But it really ain't just him. If
Right.
y'all
Who else
pay
is being
attention.
attacked?
No,
Who else
no,
is being
not.
attacked?
Not.
Who else being attacked,
Yeah,
QI?
it's you. It's you because you're the top
Yeah, it's
Because
you
I'm
for
the
now.
top of what? I'm the top of what?
of of this empire. Like right now, Sean Bradley ain't out here. Spy
But
Sean
Baby
it's
ain't
Bright,
even out here.
wait. Whoa. So we're talking about numbers and
Numbers,
YouTube
numbers.
visibility. Okay, so
Yeah, because
I
you
don't know
said,
why. Well, if
we
that's
know
the,
it's all about that.
but wait a minute. Why are their names ever coming up? Because neither one of them never had more numbers than me.
QA. Let's change the verbiage right quick.
Nope,
Let's
let's
change the
not.
verbiage.
Let's not.
No,
Let's not.
let me
So
Let me
is
tell you
this
what's
why
going
I'm
to
being
what it's
attacked,
saying.
QI?
Empire. Just not an
Child, it's
empire.
a joke.
I
But
got you. I got what you're saying.
but that's what I'm saying. Is the lesbian group coming after me because of my numbers?
It's
Because what is it
competition, right?
really about? What is it really about? Because
It's
y'all say it was about
competition,
what
right?
happened to Jay Dunn.
I had to learn that for myself. It's competition at the end of the day.
It's you. That's
Ain't
YouTube
ain't no
politics,
friends on YouTube.
right? Okay. So the person with the highest numbers take them down. Is that it?
When you cheating,
Okay.
This is slightly more than YouTube politics right now. It really truly is. YouTube politics is numbers, clicks, and views. This right here goes a little bit deeper than just numbers, clicks, and views.
it does, but you have to realize that people will use anything within their grasp.
Yeah, and some are white knuckling it to hold on to what little bit they have.
So is that why
I
Jay
get that.
Dunn came to get you, QI?
To see you to
Yeah,
get down.
cause look, yeah,
That's why
and
she came to get
like,
you.
yeah, and then see, James, like, I don't like I don't wanna, like, I wanna ally my lesbian. Like, that's who I am in real life. So, like I said, a lot of this stuff is very different from me. I made peace with lesbianas last night on the panel. I let her know I just didn't like the way you approached me. If you had approached me a little bit differently, we might be cool. That's like sort of how I am, but see, I'm learning, like, and then I'm also like, it's some other stuff I'm seeing too. I keep telling people I'm not a B sector content creator. I can't do this every day. This is not me.
Mm.
I don't like hurting people's feelings.
Oh, you don't have to worry about hurt my feelings because I don't have any.
Nah, it's not that. I'm just saying that's just who I don't like hurting other people's feelings. I don't like, like the beefing. I don't want to do all that crazy stuff. But like, basically out here, like, it's like I see where you shoot, and I'm not about to give up my moral.
And thing is, you don't have to do that because we know I don't. But my thing is, you also got to, for me, I have to figure out where is it that I want to land, if I want to land at all.
Mhm.
And if I'm not trying
Mhm.
to land in this mess and be part of it was not, and I'm strictly giving commentary on it and I'm not involved in it, that's where I'm going to be. But once I start coming down, like even today with the commentary I gave, beginning of this whole thing, breaking down predatory behavior history in this section pertaining to one person who have the biggest mouth who don't supposed to be here, let them tell it. But there's so much stuff that people don't know who was not here in 2016, 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? So when you have someone who has a loud voice, not saying the most loud, but have a loud voice and can tell a good story and weave enough lies together to tell a story, that's what's believed. If no one else is going to say, hold up, that's not
Mhm.
what happened. This is the true story right here. This is what happened. And those who were here, who's honest enough and who is not scared to have a cult or a cult like group come at them will say that. You can't sit here like that. I'm not, like I said, although I like a couple people on here, was not, and I may talk to a couple people off of here or whatever, not often, but when I do, I do. I'm still not part of anybody's group. James has told me stuff
Mhm.
off here that I haven't listened to because that's not how I want to take my road on this channel. I mean, on this platform.
Mhm.
Not that I don't respect what he says, but the suggestions, or even someone else was not giving suggestions, is not how I want to take this. This is really me coming on here whenever I want to say what I need to say and move on. My initial thing to
Mhm.
get on here was things wasn't being said the way I wanted to hear them. These wasn't being spoken about how I want to speak on them or how I want to hear them being spoken on. So I need to be the voice that I want to hear. And hopefully other people who have the same voice as me gravitate toward me. But if not,
Mhm.
I'm still gonna be by myself and standing alone. That's what it is. That's where I'm at. But like I said, I came on here today
Mhm.
to just say, to tell that story, to tell for people who don't know, who haven't remembered, who don't realize what's really going on. And there's no victims here because everyone, we're all grown and we all do what we do, and we're all going to do what we're going to do. But let's call a thing a thing. Let's be honest about what really is right there in front of us. Was what was said inappropriate? Yes. Was the genesis of this whole conversation right now? Was the behavior predatory? Yes. And based on what y'all said yesterday, she realized that her baby was predatory, so she made adjustments where something similar happened again. That's what I got from this.
Mhm. And not just her, me.
Right. It's for everyone to learn something. It's for everyone to reevaluate how they move and look at their behaviors, how their behaviors could be seen as predatory. What they say could be seen as predatory, even in the midst of battle. If you're gonna say it, stand in. Like I said, I've called people all up out their names, talked all up out of under people's clothes. Will I do it again? Probably. Am I gonna apologize for it? No, because I'm not. Because if I said it, I felt in that moment it needed to be said, and that's why I don't do apologies. Because whatever you said in the midst of your anger, in the midst of your being upset, you meant that with all your being in that moment that you said it. You may feel differently now. You probably want to do it now that you're not upset. But when you said it, you meant it. You was trying to get a reaction. You was trying to hurt. You was trying to do whatever you was trying to do. But you meant what you said in that moment. So there's no need for you to apologize for it. Just saying, like, I mean, I'm very realistic. I see what's in front of me, not as it is, not how I want it to be. If it's not that pretty, I'll throw some fabric on it, make it pretty. Throw some little glitter on it and keep it moving. Or don't look at it. But I'm not going to be like, oh, well, maybe this had happened. No, the behavior is predatory. A lot of behavior on here is predatory.
Mhm.
Stop. When someone say don't talk to me and you're following them everywhere they go, talking to them, what is that if it's not predatory and stalkerish?
I agree.
Very, very interesting.
But was that the purpose of the live? Was that the purpose of the live? James, did you
Nah,
see this?
you would
That's where the,
not
the live
necessarily.
actually started. I said what I had to say,
Oh
and then
yeah,
Right.
yeah. With that.
that's where the live started.
Mm.
It had to do, the live was literally about the situation that happened with Rob Rackover at Ness's place. How lesbians not being protected got into it, and black women not being protected. That's something completely different.
Mm.
I'm not protected even when I'm over there. But I already knew that, but I'm saying so it's just like I said, when the light bulb went off and it was just like, oh, okay. Oh, this is what this is.
But that was my purpose. Was like, y'all have anything else to say? Because I need to get something to eat. I mean, I definitely appreciate James. I definitely appreciate you dropping by and dropping in and dropping on the panel. QI, I think that you're extremely intelligent. I think you have something to say. I think that your voice is something that needs to be heard. But one thing that I can suggest to you, QI, is this: I understand that you are a proud lesbian woman, and you, in your real life, fight for the lesbian cause. On here, I know you have friends on here. On here is not a place where you can just blindly take someone else's side because y'all click some of the same boxes as you should be
Mhm.
learning. Because you
Mhm.
click the same boxes that a
Mhm.
lot of people on was not doesn't mean that they actually literally feel and think and believe what you believe because y'all click those same boxes. I am mindful. I am a very different type of black gay man in real life and on here on this YouTube thing. Have I done some things? Yeah. Will I do some things? Probably so. But at the same time, certain things I just see as black and white. And it's not my place to always voice my opinion because I know that in this environment, my opinion is skewed based on what is
Mhm.
accepted on here.
If you're liked or disliked, who likes you, who don't like you, yeah.
Exactly. So it's skewed. So I can't bring only the only person that I am loyal to is myself and my
Mhm.
moral compass. Everyone else, it depends on the day and what mood they're in if we're going to be loyal to each other or not.
That's why I'm not saying team anymore. Thank you, James.
Not a problem. You better tell your handlers to stop coming to get you. They get you tied up in some mess. They didn't got you tied up in some shit.
I know. I know, right?
Because that team right there with that
Woo.
person as the mascot of it is the wrong team. Wrong team. But that's just my opinion.
And I know. I know.
You know,
Ooh,
but like
but
I said,
thank you, Food Junkie, for allowing me on to be able to have a discussion with James because I just wanted him to know that nah, I'm not, I ain't in this, I ain't doing this, you know. Uh, I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I'm not with that team. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I really appreciate y'all for all of the good advice y'all gave me and helping to open my eyes. So thank you, much love, and I'm out.
appreciate it. Thanks for
Have a
coming
good
by.
night.
So, James,
Yes, sir.
like I was asking you earlier, and like I said, this is not a let me defend James because James don't need no defending, not by me. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that type of thing. But it's always funny to me to hear people talk who have history that is not known, not widely known by everybody, but is known by the people that was here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I want to show today on this live to enlighten people. As if you're just coming in, watch the beginning of the live, and you will see exactly that these people who want to be pseudo heroes or pseudo saviors and things of that nature, check their background, check their history, and ask around. Is this true? If you don't believe me because you think I'm trying to defend James, and y'all don't believe James because James trying to, what I'm saying, deflect it because maybe, ask around. Are these things true? Have these stories have been told? Are these two different compression short stories? Like James asked earlier, why are certain jackets put on people and they fit very nicely? What's the history? What have people done previously to make it easy for you to put that jacket on them and have it zip up nice and tight? Predatory behavior, I'm not calling anyone anything, but your antics and what you've said and what you've done on here, even the whole thing of a pink door, that's not predatory behavior.
It didn't have to be. Now that I
It didn't
wouldn't
have
say it.
to be.
It
Out
was
to be.
it's overt sexuality, which I don't really have a problem with. But there's other things that go on that are predatory. I wouldn't just that having that pink door discussion. I wouldn't consider that
No, not
predatory behavior. But I've
not the
never been to
discussion
one of those
itself,
shows either. I've never been to one of those shows.
but not the discussion I'm saying, but the like I said, overtly sexual, yes,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being outwardly
at all.
sexual or that kind of thing, but where the little
You're
things
talking
that
to
he
me.
has done in the past that made that jacket actually stick to him was like the stuff with the sex toys,
Right.
um,
Don't get my special
and
bag.
the kids knew where they are,
Right.
and the compression shorts thing. Those things, the optics. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. The optics. When the optics are not right, that's when those type of jackets stick to you. See, he's been trying to put that jacket on me. He was trying to put that jacket on me. He kept saying, they really meant it for you. They meant it for you. They couldn't mean it for me because I don't have any of those type of issues. Now we got people coming out of the woodwork trying to spin a narrative. Oh, you said so and so to Fifi. Yeah, whatever. But when all this is going on, there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I was accused of molesting my children, and I was doxxed 92 times. No records of nothing. It always comes up empty, 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 empty. So now we just going trying to make something. Hey, again, I'm here for the shits. Do what you want. Line up. It doesn't make a difference.
But when I said the pink door thing is based on previous behaviors, based on what's previous out there, was not having that conversation is very much, saying, feeding into that narrative that was already placed out there. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
or contribute to the narrative that was placed out there, if that makes
Yeah, there were
sense.
things that he did and said that made him that raised questions in people's minds. And is it wrong? Right? Did he know he was doing it? He didn't even know he was doing it. He was just being free and open, but he was
Right.
opening the door to people questioning certain things. And then it was just unfortunate that's and this is not, for my understanding right now, this is not the same group of women's empowerment folks, but
Right.
a
It's not
group such as this actually
similar.
came after him, and they created a jacket. They went to sewing and they made a jacket, and the jacket fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And
But yeah,
it is what it is.
I just want to give a little history, talk about some predatory behavior and the beefing sector. For me, it really is synonymous because a lot of things that we all have done, like I said, me flirting with people. But once I realized that, it wasn't going to happen anymore, that's why I don't do it anymore. Because the environment has changed.
Right. There is no light. There's nothing's lighthearted. And
Exactly.
again, you're hearing certain things about who people view you as, and this, that, and the other. That's what I'm like. Okay, so I'm listening very intent to what the things that QI is saying. Why am I being targeted? Because people telling me at the same time, you're not being targeted. Yeah, okay.
And
Everybody
it's not the
crazy.
numbers. You always have the numbers.
Everybody crazy. Can't nobody see it. Okay. Then I'm not being targeted. Fine.
No. And that's why I stopped using my little hawk. Because that whole
I'm not
thing.
being look, I'm not being targeted, and I ain't fighting either. So again, it's all perception. We're all loving on each other. We're all on the team. Yeah, okay.
That's why I stopped using the little hawk. That was just a little toy.
I remember.
And it's
And
like,
I
damn,
remember when it turned. I remember when it turned left.
exactly. It's like,
It was a
I can't even
kiki
have
in
fun.
the beginning, right?
Exactly. And someone asked me the other, like it probably was sometime last week on one of my posts I did the Hulk retire? No. I don't bring it on here no more.
You wasn't the first person that had a toy that was like a kiki that was like a
Right.
co-host. Because if you remember, what's his name? Oh, this goes back before Beef Sector. Oh, what was his name? Good. He was very good friends with Cemented. Uh, because he
Oh,
was
the one that John got to fight with.
the one that was on. He auditioned for American Idol.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Who
D D D
he
Mist.
missed?
D Mist. If you remember, he had a puppy. It was a pound
Mm-hmm.
puppy. A little pound puppy was his little host. His co-host.
Right.
And so I mean, child, the climate has changed. The
Exactly. So
climate
it's
has
like
changed.
you can't even have fun, or people who say, "Oh, I want to have fun," but fun for them is argue, fussing, and fighting.
No.
That's not fun for me. I'm only gonna say so many things before I want to have a conversation with you in real life.
Yeah, I used to share things all the time. Most of what I'm arguing about and doing the cleanup about things that I shared in the past
You should
that are
say it,
now
but
being
people get it wrong.
spun. They're being spun into different things. And people, well, you don't do this and you don't do that. Yeah, okay. Well, let's ride out with that. Even if I do it,
Let's
I ain't
end on
gonna
this one
share.
last
I'm
note,
not gonna
man.
share with you all.
Right. Let's end on this one last note. It was said that when you met young man from Baltimore, you didn't have any kids in your home. The one time you showed your little light skinned son, the youngest one,
He wasn't in
the
the
baby,
home. You didn't see that.
was that before or after you met the guy from Baltimore?
That's what I meant. I was when I knew all of them. We were all doing tag videos. The video I did with
Oh,
my
okay.
son was a
I'm just
tag
saying,
video.
I know you about some Oreos, right?
It was a tag video. It was
Was
all
it about some
about
Oreos or
snacks.
something?
It's about snacks.
Right.
Period.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just
But that
saying.
baby don't exist. What you talking about?
No, I'm just saying.
Now,
See,
and
that's
the
what I'm
only
saying.
reason why is with this climate. But I got the
He
video. I
shouldn't
can release
exist.
the video.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't resist. I mean, he shouldn't exist in this climate.
Oh, he won't. He absolutely won't.
And so that's what I'm saying. So when people telling all these lies and saying all these exaggerations, that there's history and proof that that can be proven that was a lie. So if there was no child in your home when you met this individual, but yet y'all was doing tag videos, how did I see a little light skinned boy with a short cut eating snacks in front of the camera with you sitting next beside him on that white couch?
That didn't happen. You're a liar.
Okay.
And how did Duchess Kelly Love buy them Christmas stockings?
No to buy the Christmas
That's
they
a
didn't exist.
lie. It never happened. Okay.
Oh. And
He
Duchess
just
never
sent
asked
he
me
just sent me some Christmas stockings, and I just went and found some kids and gave them to them. But whatever.
randoms. Okay. Well, on that note, I'm just saying, be mindful about information you get. I understand y'all may not like somebody, but shit has to make sense. There can't be a paper trail. There can't be people. Let's say there's nothing that I am afraid of or ashamed of. Dox your ass away, because if I done it, I did it and I may do it again. And if someone else was with me when I did it, it's no secret. I'm not ashamed of it. When you do come to these places like this, and places, especially in this type of environments, you have to be really secure in who you are and
You
what
remember
you
that
want.
person told you that I did. That person sat on that platform and told y'all I didn't even have cancer. I never had cancer.
It's a form of cancer. Isn't that what they said?
No, he said I didn't have cancer, period.
Wow.
I didn't have cancer, period. And I guess I said I never had. He said I had HIV. That's what I mean. Going to call it out.
That's what I
I
said.
had HIV. You ever known anybody that got chemotherapy for HIV?
Not to my knowledge.
That's a new one. That's a new one for me. But I mean, hey, listen.
But that's why I said
In Kwani's words, I'm a different kind of bitch. So I guess.
That's why I say it's a form of cancer, right? Is that the word they used? It's a form of cancer.
That's what he said.
Trying to be slick, but yet I never say anything about him. I never done anything to him.
This is just things that have been said. I mean, you're interviewing me about things that have been said and stories that have been twisted, and there's been all kind of stories. I've been celibate. Everybody knew that. Celibate. Y'all don't know me.
Didn't you be hold on? Well, you're a liar. Because was you sucking dick on a bingo bus?
On the bingo bus, sucking dick. So I guess is if I ain't been penetrated, maybe that's it. So I ain't been
Well,
penetrated, but my throat.
I'm
As
saying your
my throat
esophagus.
ain't
Your
my throat.
esophagus.
I'm a who?
Your esophagus was penetrated.
Oh yeah. So is that something else? That's something different.
That's a new form of sex, right?
Okay, so you don't have to be celibate. You could use your face. Is
Yeah,
that
and
it?
your ear, your nose, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff.
Oh, well, my nose is big, but it ain't that big. But okay.
And don't forget why you said you were celibate for the past, what,
Oh
20-something
yes,
years?
Regina, you didn't know that. You didn't know I busted open on bingo buses, and I've been having sex with handicapped folk. Wasn't I
I was
supposed to
going
be
to
having
say that.
sex with the guy in the wheelchair?
I was going to say
In a
that.
wheelchair. I said it.
Well, you like to
These
ride,
are the
don't
stories
you?
that have been told about. I don't have a problem with the stories that have been told about me. I'm a colorful bitch.
But you like to
He has
ride, don't
made
you?
me much more interested. What did you say?
You like to ride,
Don't
don't
you?
you?
Are you being inappropriate with me, sir?
Oh, I apologize, sir. Let me stop. Let me
Don't.
stop.
Anyway,
Don't. Don't stop.
anyway,
Don't stop.
I
Get it,
told
get
you
it, get
about telling my business. Anyway, yeah, I'm a all filthy, nasty piece of slut. Gas L Blue handicapped, honey. Yes, indeed. I busted it open on the bingo bus and getting down with somebody in a wheelchair. Mhm. Yes, indeed, with my ugly ass. And that's another one, ugly. Yeah, okay.
But kicked you in your back to get in my DMs.
Mm. Yeah, left child. It took you know how long it took me to get them scars off my back, honey. I'm so mad at you.
But
So I got big size 14 prints all up my back, child. Non-dainty bitch.
but the question, but the question is, did the shoes glow in the dark?
Yeah, they burnt me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dwayne, I'm leaving, Dwayne. This interview is almost over. Look, Dwayne is getting his life. But I mean, I've laughed at a lot of these things that have been said, you know, and some of the stuff is really, it is horrible. It's a lot of defamation and different things, you know. They
It
say
really,
I've been walked out of a
it
school
really
with
truly is. You
handcuffs.
really do have a case against a lot of people.
Yeah,
You
I've been
really
walked.
truly do.
Oh, absolutely. I've been walked out of a school in handcuffs, yet there is no record of it. There's no record anywhere, but I was walked out of a school in handcuffs. You said it. I ain't never said that.
No.
I ain't never said no dumb shit like that.
In
I ain't never
handcuffs.
had no handcuffs on. I don't even know what that feels. Not like that.
Well, I was gonna say, well,
I've never had any handcuffs that belong to the Pittsburgh police force.
hold up. Hold up.
Get
Are you
out my
sure?
business. I'm very sure. I'm very sure.
See, this is the all us back in the days. We can't do this no more.
No,
Not
this
right
is
now.
this is the truth. This is the truth. I've never had any Pittsburgh police officer handcuffs on my arms and had my arms behind my back and walking anywhere. I don't know what that is. I don't know nothing about that kind of life. And again, there's no record of it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody got walked out of no school and ain't got no record.
But
I've never spent not one moment in jail.
But
I've
even with
never
that
been
story,
to jail.
even with that story, what part of the story that isn't told or said or put on repeat is you was offered that job back within a day, right? Or so.
No, it took 6 months for me to
6
get
months.
back. Everything was cleared up in 3 days.
Okay.
Everything was cleared up in 3 days.
Okay.
Now, I didn't get the job back right away because, again, I was the front desk. The school year had to go on, so they needed to fill the position. Right. So it was fine, and the principal just literally created a whole nother position for me. I was back in the school within 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me recap because they're gonna take that one little snippet and be like, "Well, he lied." Who's gonna lie?
No, I don't have no problem with that.
It wasn't a day or so. He was cleared of everything, whatever it was, within 3 days. And due to the fact that he worked in a front office position in the school, a position had to be created or was created for him to be back within the school district within 6 months. So the days I misthought was that he was back in the position, but no, he was back. He was cleared of all situations in 3 days. Correct?
I care not what you're talking about, Jay Dunn. You are a predator of these streets. You are. You have done it and showed yourself in this very interview. You weren't invited here. Not that you have to be invited here, but you came here for a specific reason. You admitted yourself that you were called and you came here. You do display very predatory behaviors on here. And yes, I said it. You are a predator to these YouTube streets. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you keep coming back. I blocked you from all my social media, yet here you are in someone else's social media where I can't block you and you continue to talk to me. Now, Jasmine, I'm asking you to leave me alone. Leave me alone, Jasmine. And if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to curse you out, Jasmine, okay? You don't want me to say that you're a predator or you're predatory? Then stop acting predatory, Jasmine. You're being predatory. I blocked you. Told you to go away. You ain't went away yet.
I don't want the police calling me no more. That's all I'm saying. Leave me alone. I don't want to get caught driving and get the police call for no reason.
I don't
You
have
know.
nothing to do with anything like that. I'm just saying this. It's predatory behavior. I don't appreciate it. I ain't worried about no police or nothing like that. I'm telling Jasmine to leave me alone. She don't like it when I talk to her bad. And I'm telling her, if you keep aggravating me, I'm going to talk to you bad. So that's just the way it is. I'm trying not to have exchanges back and forth with her.
Hold up. This is something I like. This one right here. What is it?
I haven't
Fake.
defamed you one time, Jasmine. I've spoken about things that everybody knows is true. And again, you still talking. You still talking. You don't know how to shut up. That's part of your problem. You don't know how to shut up.
That's not true. Fake. I mean, I don't know what team you on or what camp you're in, but yeah, he's not trying to silence anybody by calling them predators.
I ain't
How's
trying to
that
silence
sound for
nobody
you?
at all. I said, leave me alone.
Yeah. Mm, wow. Okay. Anything else you want to
I've
say,
been
Jane?
lied on. I've been talked about dirty all day. You've been talking about me all day. You've been talking about me all week. And today you don't like it because I've been lighting your ass up. Leave me alone, Oswald.
Not
Or
couple talk. Not
or
couple
you're
talk.
going to get more of the same. I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to exchange fire with you. You're not going to like it. I'm going to drag you.
No, not the entire beef sector,
And when
Jada.
did that happen? When did that happen? Who tried to silence you? I shut you up. I did silence you. Isn't that what the issue was, Jasmine? I did silence you. That's why you're mad now. I kicked you off, threw you away. You came back, and I threw you away again. I threw you off the platform the first time. You didn't like it and banned you. You came back, and I threw you out of the chat. You've been crying in your pillow ever since. You went to your Instagram, gone. I threw you out of there too. That's why you're mad. You pay attention. You're the one that's pining for me. You want me to be bothered with you. I don't want to be bothered with you. You're not a very nice person, Jasmine. You're a clown. You're a clown. And I don't have time for you. Go find some friends. Then you say you don't want me to love on you anymore. So I told you I wouldn't love on you anymore. What more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want, J Dunn? Huh? What you want, girl? I don't like girls, so it couldn't be that.
Hold up.
What?
I don't like girls. They gonna say that that's a predatory situation. Don't do
I
that.
don't know. It's not. I'm a gay male. I do not like girls
Okay.
in that way. I do not like girls. That is a known fact. So it couldn't be that. You don't want me to love on you as a friend, which is what we were doing before. And other than that, what else is left? What else is left? What do you want? What do you want, Jazz? What you want, baby? Tell mother what you want. And I'll tell you whether I could give it to you or not. What you want? Hmm? Okay. All right. I guess maybe she got to think about it.
You'll be hearing about it soon. You know that.
Somewhere she'll be somewhere being predatory. Follow me around, Annie, and tell me. If we run into each other somewhere that we both be at, maybe you'll say it in a chat or something there where I can't block you or something. I don't know. But I don't know what you want from me. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Huh? What you want from me? What do you want, honey? What do you want?
She wanted to be back on your panel the other day.
Well,
and you
that's
said
not
no.
happening. That is not happening. She's not getting on my panel. She's not getting in my chat. Now, what do you want from me, honey? What else is it that you want? You can't fit my clothes. You can't fit my socks. What do you want from me, honey? Hmm?
See, now he's comparing himself to a woman again. He compared himself to me.
Did I? Did I? There is no comparison. What are you talking about? Whatever do you mean? Hi, Bird.
You know,
You want me
I'm
to
trying to hit
clown?
all
I
the
don't mind
angles.
clowning. That's what I do. Listen.
I'm trying to hit all the angles because you know the angles gonna be once again he compared himself to a woman again. He wants to be
I'm
a
not
woman.
worried
He's
about
mad.
that. We're done playing the semantics games. We're into the thick of it. Into the thick of it.
Literally.
Mm. Okay. Into the pork round of it all, honey.
Chicharrones.
Listen. No.
They girthy. They're real
You
girthy.
ain't worth shit. Why we both doing the same time? You ain't about shit.
They're real girthy. They're real girthy. Oh, Jesus.
Shit. I miss old Cookie. I ain't seen Cookie in a while, child. Child. I love when she do that, honey. Shit. Well, perfect for times just like this, honey. This is just a drawn out bunch of mess, honey.
Very true, Faye Brown, baby. Very true. The reason that they can't agree with you technically because everyone has practiced predatory behavior. They just don't like ZX, which is okay. And I don't know the man to like or dislike him.
But
I
do
just
they
know,
not like ZX? Because they just stopped liking him.
no, they liked him when he was attacking you. When y'all made up on VS's panel, it started.
We didn't make up. We was never
well, not
falling out. I didn't know him, and
when
he
y'all
didn't know
talked.
me.
Right, exactly. When y'all talked and met each other, they thought that it was going to be an explosion of, you know what I'm saying, epic proportion. And when it wasn't, it became an issue. And then when he came over to your panel, although you said that, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't talk to him was not, but things changed, you know, they thought that it was going to be something more than what it was involving you too, opposed to him coming over and saying, I appreciate our connection we
gonna
had.
snap out.
And
He's
I
gonna
get
cuss
what you're
him
saying.
out. No, he's not gonna
Right.
cuss me out on my platform, and neither are any of you. Okay.
Not on my
Okay.
platform.
Shit.
Not on my platform. You know, cuss me
They
out.
said, where's that daggone verbal assassin? Just walk away and ain't said nothing.
He probably sleep or eating somewhere.
Might have went to sleep because it got very boring at one point. Sorry. Shocking.
It was. That's how I was getting ready to go. That's how you came trying to get out here for 30 minutes ago.
All right.
Like, oh yeah, I gotta get something to eat.
I got you.
But yeah, no, for real though. All jokes aside, the title is what the title is. I hope that the commentary that I gave you guys, and the commentary that myself, James, and Ti have, I mean, sorry, QI have given you guys, QI have given you guys, was in keeping with the title of this video and was on code and was on topic. So I really do want you guys to really think about what's happening right now and why is this really happening. When all of us have exhibited some type of behavior that could have offended someone. Why is it a problem now that James mentioned it? And why people coming out the woodworks and out of retirement to quote unquote give commentary on it when their behavior themselves, if everyone was to give commentary on their behavior, how would they look and how would they stand?
Well, I can't help that now.
No, I know you can't help
I
that.
can't help people coming back to make commentary about me. It's because I'm his mother too.
You
Now that's
reared
I
him.
don't have no problem with that. Now I ain't never reared her. Everybody else did, but I am mother to him too. So that's not. I mean that's not strange to me. I expected it. I expect him to come out. I would accept nothing less.
You know, get
Nothing
your
less.
flowers. Get your flowers.
I always do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, honey.
Are you good? I mean, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Tell the truth.
Well, you
Shame
know,
the devil.
brush your tongue.
Always. I'm going to say if I had lights, I would show you. It's pink. Pretty in pink.
Well, I see. I was gonna be real nasty. Said pussy pink booty brown. Whatever it's called. Whatever they say. Whatever that little song is.
What I got going on, I don't know about anybody else.
But yeah, thank you so much,
No
you guys,
white
for being here.
crescent.
Please, so bye. Thank you so much for joining me, James. I appreciate it. Thanks for answering my questions. And like I said, we're kind of like on the same page without talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? But when we get
Mm-hmm.
together, we're on the same page because the
Right.
stories don't change unless you're lying.
Right.
You know, you can't like if I didn't hear the same stories that you told, or you ever heard the same things that we've heard, then vice versa was not. There would be some type of discrepancy in the story and the history of what has happened on here involving predatory behavior and why jackets are made for some and stick to others. But yeah, I thank you so much for being here. Thank you for answering my questions. If there's anything else you want to say before you leave or before we get off of here,
Nope. Y'all have a good week, honey. The weekend's been a mess. Y'all have a great week and be productive. Get on out there and make y'all a lot of money and put it on in the bank because you know it's vacation time. Take yourself on a lovely vacation. Have a great night. Bye, food junkie.
bye bye. Thank you so much, you guys, for having coming here. Speaking of vacations, was not y'all know I've been traveling from the early part of this year until now. Still got a couple places to go before I get a little break. I don't think I'm gonna get a break at all. But yeah, not only do I take panel vacations, I actually take real vacations, you guys. And like that, I posted a couple pictures. Was not previously, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stop doing all that because it's not really appreciated. You know what I'm saying? We want the mass. We want the stuff like this. This right here what gets a lot of people talking and jumping and moving around and things of that nature. And yeah, I need to go take a shower now because I feel dirty. I'm a dirty, dirty boy. I'm a dirty, dirty boy. Anyway, y'all, love you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for people who just first time coming in. This is what I give when I do come on here. I'm not doing all this screaming and yelling. I'm not roasting, gagging, and dragging. Well, it's not like that. I do it in my own little subtle ways, but it is what the fuck it is. Everything I do and everything I say pretty much is the truth as I know it to be. And for the most part, what I say has been proven. There's evidence of it. There's video proof of it. It is what the fuck it is. But like I said, you guys, I love you guys so much for being here. But as always, it's not important that I love you guys. It's always important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. Until next time, this is your boy Food Junkie. I had fun. I had fun entertaining you guys and informing you guys and giving you guys a little history lesson on this beef sector and predatory behavior. Until next time, y'all, I'm out. Peace. Bye bye. Deanna James was just asking about you, baby. Bye, Miss Queenie. Regina.